Go flat tracker. Go flat tracker. Go, go, go. Go flat tracker. Go flat tracker. Go, go, go.
The Clava Flat Track Pod wouldn't exist without the help of our partners, Europa Fencing, Classic Wheels Spokes, Otway Hydro Blasting, MX Inc., Davies Design, and of course Clava. Here we are, back in the studio, Tom Northey and myself, Darcy Clava, for the Clava Flat Track Pod. Looking forward to getting into this one. We held off a little bit, so we're doing the Australian Track titles from the Whitsundays up in Queensland there, recap, and also the Victorian titles, which were just held this weekend, just gone. It is Monday, the 14th of October right now. So we held off a little bit because there was a bit of controversy. I can't say that right. Controversy in the Pro 450 class, I think it was, of the Aussies. Is that right, Tom? Pro 450?
Yeah, that's right.
Yep. So we waited for that to get sorted out first to make sure we weren't reporting non-factual reports. So anyway, here we are. How you all going? You had a little bit of break. You were just telling me, so nice and refreshed.
Yeah, had a fair few race meetings in a row, so yeah, definitely had to take a week off for a bit of R&R, but refreshed, ready to go, and yeah, excited for next season.
I have a feeling too, by the big gold thing hanging around your neck, that you want me to make a big song and dance and special mention about you and Matt winning, yeah, gold. Well done, guys. Yeah,
Yeah,
good work.
I more want to see you dance. I think that's everyone will get more of a laugh about. I don't know about your
Yeah,
singing. I
they
don't know
don't
about your singing. They might turn their heads about that. But yeah,
takes a
we
bottle of rum. Yeah.
yeah, not to ruin the results for that, but yeah, we had a flawless weekend. It was definitely a long trip. Lucky enough, we didn't have to drive up there. We got to fly. We got the real factory experience, and yeah, we went up there and yeah, put our heads down and did everything right. And luckily, we come away with a bicky. So yeah, we're over the moon. It's a bit of an emotional one. You sort of when you race dirt track, you try and win that Duke of Edinburgh trophy. I think that's everyone's main goal at the end of it. So yeah, to be able to get my name on that trophy with the likes of many great Australian races is definitely something that I'll cherish for the rest of my life.
Yeah, it's fantastic. So take us back to, what was it, a fortnight ago now? Fortnight?
Yeah, a fortnight
Yeah,
ago.
a
Yeah,
fortnight ago now. Take us back. Tell us what it was like. Was it a hot day? Was it humid? I've never been up there, so yeah, what's it like up there?
yeah. Well, we left on the we all met up sort of Wednesday night, right near Sydney Airport, and we stayed in a hotel the night, and then travelled up in the morning. Matt's uncles and their passenger Simon drove up a few days earlier, or left a few days earlier anyway, and yeah, got the flight to Whitsundays Airport. I'm pretty sure it was. And yeah, the weather was a little bit warmer than it was when we left Sydney. So yeah, we knew that was going to be a bit of a battle. So we spent the day, I saw the afternoon, Thursday afternoon, not doing a hell of a lot, and then spent the day in Early Beach on Friday, just checking out the site, getting everything prepped for the following day. But yeah, the Saturday and Sunday was fairly hot. You sort of started sweating as soon as you put your gear on, so you had to keep hydrated and yeah, really stay out of the sun. But yeah, the club did an extremely great job trying to keep the track in somewhat a decent condition. It got tricky for everyone. It got rough. There was parts that got slick. There was some parts of the day where there was one line, or some parts of the day where you could go anywhere. So you sort of went out
Okay.
each heat just looking where to go. It wasn't sort of knowing where you're going to put the bike. It was you had to put it where you thought was the best thing to do at the time. So yes, it was a very challenging red dirt track. If anyone's been up there, they know exactly what that was like. Yeah, there was a lot of complaints and a lot of people saying it was fantastic, and a lot of people, yeah, just shaking their heads thinking, how are we going to ride on this? But yeah, everyone managed to do it. And luckily enough, there was barely any crashes, which was
Okay.
surprising. There was between each round, we had round one, two, and three on the Saturday, and between each round there was big gaps because they could. They punched through everything relatively fast. Everything flowed smoothly. So yeah, other than the challenging conditions with the heat and the track drying out and having to water it religiously, yeah, other than that, yeah, it was actually quite good, but yeah, very, very challenging.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? How well, we know how sports heavily affected by weather changes, whether it's cold, whether it's hot. But it's funny that I'm imagining it must have been in the 30s or something like that.
Yeah,
It's amazing how, it's sort of, I think, like a 20, 21 degree day, sort of perfect conditions to sort of keep water. And once you start going up closer to that 30 zone, and obviously it's soil dependent and all that sort of thing. But I mean, Brisbane was the same when we were there for the AFTN. Having those high temperatures, it makes it as hard work as a wet track, really, trying to, I suppose the good thing with a hot temperature is that the track will dry out, as where a wet track you've got to scrape the top off it really to do anything with it. But
yeah.
yeah, it's interesting that you'd think in a hot climate you just have a perfect track, but it's not that way at all.
No, definitely not. And it was good. The entertainment from the club president, Benno, he was doing the commentary and he was commentating every race with that much enthusiasm. Like sometimes you'd laugh and sometimes you'd just sort of like, what is this
What
guy on
the?
about? But it was a
Yeah,
funny,
yeah.
it was
Uh,
absolutely hilarious. Like even when the water truck was going around, he's commentating on that and the water truck's chasing the grader and he's commentating on that. Like it was absolutely hilarious 9 times out of 10. I think at the start of the meeting, it was sort of everyone get down there and buy a club shirt. And then by the Saturday afternoon, it's like, if you don't buy a shirt, you can all get out. Like it was, yeah,
oh yeah, yeah.
just his
He
enthusiasm
relaxed.
and yeah, creativity was absolutely hilarious. So definitely hats off to him. And yeah, and big hats off to the club after having to deal with the delay at the start of the year, not being able to run it where they did want to run it, which I dare say would have been a little bit more favourable being in the cooler months. But yeah, they dealt with it really well. And yeah, like I said, definitely hats off to them. It was definitely an experience and a half. It was my first time there.
I saw some videos where I heard him commentating, and yeah, it sounded very entertaining. So check them out
Yeah.
there on Facebook. You'll find them pretty easily, I think. Let's get into some results.
All right. Well, I'll start with the support classes. There was uh yeah, every class had a fair few in there, other than the quads. The quads only had a couple, but every class had a fair few in there. Considering we weren't looking too good, I dare say a month or 6 weeks out, it wouldn't even look like they had enough to run the event. So yeah, hats off to all the Queensland riders for stepping up and supporting the event. And at the end of it, there was actually a fair few. I think there was only a handful. I'm trying to think, a handful of classes, not even less than that went round rounds. Went over rounds. The rest of it was over heats and finals, which was yeah, which was a good ender to the weekend. So we'll start off with the 2-stroke/4-stroke 13 to 16 years, which I'm guessing is 250s. You got third place Tito Carey, second place Reich Hale, and first place Nico Donovan. And Nico Donovan also races the AFTN as well, and I'm pretty sure he's leading the championship in the
Yeah.
junior 250s as well. So yeah, good on you, mate. You rode well all weekend. 85 2-stroke to 154 stroke 9 to 13 years. Third place George Homequest, second place Kai Moran, and first place Bo Baker. So thanks for those juniors for supporting the senior titles. That yeah, I think it was pretty much without you guys that we would have struggled to have an event. 65cc 7 to 9s, third place Parker O'Brien, second place Ryder Smith, and first place Max Mifsud. So thanks to those juniors as well. ATV Open. There was only two in this one. Second place Gerard Land, and first place Peter Reedy. Sorry, Reedy. They actually put on a pretty good show, just those two. There was a couple of times one of them would loop out and the other one would get by and chase each other down. So that was entertaining watching you guys yeah, go hammer and tong, even though there was a couple of years, but that was always good to see. All right,
Yeah,
sidecar
awesome.
support. The sidecars, they offered another class for us because a lot of us travelled. I think there was five guys from New South Wales and two Queenslanders. So they offered us another class. A lot of everyone did the first round or first and second round, and then well, with our situation, we were cooking tires relatively quick, so we
Okay.
didn't do the third, fourth, or fifth round. So I don't think Corey Ford did either. I think he only did a couple as well. But third place was Matthew Davies and Tom Northey. Second place was Corey Ford and Darren Frudenstein. And first place was Jim Jobling and Brody Trembath. And it just shows their consistency. Can definitely get you on the top step, even if you didn't win every single one of them. So, yeah. So thanks to the rest of the sidecar boys for making the effort to come up. I dare say it was definitely the class of the weekend for not being biased at all.
So hold on, was that the support?
That was support, yeah.
Yeah. That's not the main sidecar class.
These are all support classes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, all good. I
Over
didn't want to get
35s.
confused. Yeah.
Yeah, no, over 35s. You got Jason Martin in third. Second is Kurt Palmer. And first place is Mick Carew. So,
all Queenslanders.
Yep.
Yeah.
I dare say, I don't know if they went over heats, but there was they might have. But there was a fair few of them as well. So that was
that's good.
Awesome to see. The women's and there was 16 that entered. There's 16
awesome.
which was absolutely unreal. I don't think I've ever seen that many in a title before. So
no, I haven't.
Yeah, so hats off to the ladies for definitely supporting that. That was great racing. That was the first race of every round, and it was definitely everyone ran up to the fence to have a look at that. Third place was Crystal Land. Second place was Claire Day, and first place was Brittany O'Brien. And I'm pretty sure Brittany went unbeaten all weekend, so she was very consistent. And and I think she pretty much ran away with it in the final as well. So yeah, she was
right.
So congratulations on your Aussie title. And do have to give a shout out. And my heart does break for this girl, Kelsey Jensen. She went out in the first heat and she was leading the first lap, and then had a little bit of a moment in the right hander and put it down, which our heart sunk when that happened. We knew it was going to be a big effort for her to come back, but unfortunately, she had to go into the repechage and then come out in the repechage in the same situation. She was actually leading it, and then I think it was maybe the second last lap, she's laid it down coming out of the tight left-hander, and you could just see the devastation in her face. And my heart goes out to you, kiddo, mate. You rode your absolute ass off, and I definitely didn't want to see you travel all that way from Victoria up there to have that happen to you. But sometimes this motorcycle racing's cruel, and you spend all that time and effort getting there, and it just doesn't go your way. But
I say blame the mechanic. Blame the mechanic, Kelsey.
I reckon as
he
well.
must have given you dodgy tyres or something. Bloody hell, Rod. What are you playing at?
Bloody tyre pressures, I tell you.
It's a damn shame. We know that she's a contender, but as you were just saying, it is the game, and unfortunately, it just goes that way sometimes. But no doubt she'll be back, and she will get it one day. I can guarantee that. Also, we want to shout out Claire Davies Claire Day for getting second. She is actually part of the Davies Design, one of our pod partners, duo or team. So good on you, Claire, for getting that one done and dusted. Second place, it's not to be sneezed at. It's awesome in an Australian title. I don't actually know how much Claire races at the moment. I mean, not that long ago they had a baby, James and Claire. So good work, and great to see your name up there. And Kelsey, we'll see your name up there soon, mate. So don't stress too much. I'm sure she's over it by now. Hopefully, it's a long flight and drive back, or whichever way she got home.
Yeah, and well done to Claire and Crystal on your podiums too. That was fantastic. And one little quick special mention to Emma Scott. Throughout the heats, I'm pretty sure she qualified second for the final, so she was in a red hot spot. And by the looks of it, she got a pretty decent start, but I think she finished fourth or fifth in the final, so just off the podium. But she rode her absolute ass off, and I was proud as punch of her as well. All right, we'll move on to Pro 250s. You got third place is Braden Bradford. I gonna butcher this name. Second place, Paulo D'Amato Barbaro.
Oh yeah,
that is a wicked name. That's awesome. And first place, Cooper Anderson. So congratulations to those guys. I'm pretty sure there was 2 grids of those as well. I'm not 100% sure. It was a little preoccupied somewhat throughout the day or the
Yeah,
weekend.
I bet you were. Yeah.
The MX Open, you got third place, and this is not the controversy class, but this one was very eye opening in the way it ended. Third
Okay.
place was Caden Downing, second place was Jared Brook, and first place was Daniel Wicks. And you didn't think it was going to be that order once they lined up into the gate, considering how all three were racing. But yeah, congratulations, Wixie, on your second MX Open title in a row, I believe it is.
I think it is. Yeah.
I think
Didn't
you
he
won
get it at
Auckland.
Aubrey last year? Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yep.
yeah, well done on
Congrats.
back to back. That's not an easy trait, especially against the likes of Jared Brook and Caden Downey and Dale Borlace too. That's it's a
Yeah.
pretty stiff field. So it was awesome to see. All right, sidecar championship. We've got here third place was Jim Jobling and Brody Trembath. Second place was Darren Feen and Sean Feen. And first place was Matthew Davies and myself.
Yay.
Yeah, that was
all three podium finishes. Well done. Yeah, yeah.
oh, definitely. Like
Yeah.
I raced with Jobbo last year, and he wasn't 100% sure what his race plans are going to be after the accident we had in Albury. He did some damage to his back, and
Championship last year. Yeah.
yeah, and he wasn't in his eyes. I don't think he was going to race again. Like we had a sort of a conversation at the end of the year about what we want to do and what's going on, and he didn't know if he was going to sell the bike. He just didn't know what he wanted to do. So
Yep.
I had an opportunity to jump on with Matt until Jobbo, pretty much figured out what he wanted to do, and I'm glad he did stick with it. I'm glad he did stay with it as well. He's got a great passenger in Brody, and they rode great all weekend, especially winning the support class too. They rode amazing. There was two restarts in the final. The first one you had Shane Davies and Simon on the inside, and then you had Corey Ford and Darren Frudenstein. Next was Darren Feen and Sean Feen, then Matt and myself. And then to the right of us was Steve Smith and Tristan Smith, and to the right of them was Jobbo and Brody. And you can only imagine 6 sidecars on the grid going into turn one was very tight. And unfortunately, Corey and Fruity, I'm not 100% sure how it happened. It happened out the corner of my eye, and all I saw was sort of the bike flip up onto the side and slam into the ground. So, those guys were, I think, a little too injured to do the restart. So I hope them boys are doing well. But that made a little bit more space for to the left of us when the final came, and we got I'd say a pretty decent start out of the gate. Just Darren Feen, he's quick with the clutch and got the jump on us, and we come around into pretty much the first tight left-hander, and Matt stuck it up the inside and got by him, and didn't look back. Pretty much, I think we had a
Definitely didn't. On the video, it looked like he was going to hang with you for a bit, and then goodbye. It was.
Yeah. I sort of had a little peek around as we come out of that real tight left-hander onto the start straight, and I'm seeing they were right there, and I looked in 2 laps in, and I seen we had a sort of half decent gap. So all we had to do was keep the thing on 3 wheels, and and happily enough, we brought it home. So I think Matt valve bounced that bike for the whole parade lap, and I thought that thing was going to go bang, and I'm sure as hell Jack thought it was going to go bang too. But
without talking yours up too much, I think you could have spun out on the last lap, got it back together, and still won. You had a pretty good lead for the end of it.
We definitely weren't risking that. There was a couple of times where it got crossed up, but I was looking up at Matt going, you better tap that back brake and bring it back in there. But no, he had it under control. He definitely had a bee in his bonnet. Them boys, Darren and Sean beat us in Brisbane for the Australian long track title. So it was sort of there was 2 things we wanted to do: get on that Duke Trophy and try and get one back on them. So luckily all the ducks aligned, and we got the job done. It was unreal.
Yeah, awesome work.
All right, the Pro 450 class. This race was unfreaking real. Caden Downing and Jared Brook were just toe to toe the whole freaking time. At the start of the meeting, I can't even think it was Denise or the clerk of the course. I'd turned around and said, if you cross the cones on the inside or the outside of the circuit and you are deemed to gain an advantage, you will be reverted back 3 spots. So if it's a final and you go from second to first in that way, you will be reverted back off the podium. And it was said again and again and again. So everyone understood the rules. Caden Downing was doing an amazing job holding Jared Brook off because Jared was finding every little way to try and get his bike up the inside or outside or whichever way you possibly could. And it was unreal to see. But unfortunately, on the last sweeping turn on the last lap, it did sort of look like Jared went a little bit wide and Caden, he tried to go around Caden and went a little bit wide. And Caden kind of squeezed him out, which you naturally would do on that. You try and take the line away. Then as they're coming around as that start straight went along around the sweeping turn, they both sort of were bar to bar, like it was, you didn't know who was going to win. And by the looks of it, from our view, Jared Brook got half a wheel length in front over the line. But where we were standing here, it happened on the other side of the track, so to speak. So to know, you could see who won it, but you didn't know whereabouts they were in conjunction of the racing area. So as they come back around, instead of one grabbing the victory lap flag and doing a victory lap and the other two going into impound, they all sat there for, which felt like forever, sorting it out. And then next, sort of Jared Brook parked his bike up and walked in and sort of, I turned and said, "What happened, bud?" And he just said, "Mate, I've been disqualified," which I thought, okay, well, like for what? And he said, "Oh, it's something about the cones." And I thought, okay, if you went around the outside of the cones, I thought you got reverted back 3 spots, but apparently he got disqualified altogether. And I was like, oh, wow, okay. And I thought that was that. And then next thing you know, we're sort of waiting for presentation and we're waiting and waiting and waiting. And someone says, "Oh, we're waiting for a protest." And I thought, well, I thought the decision was made with that. And I go, no, it's not a protest about that. It's a protest about coloured number plates. So one rider has protested against another rider about having the wrong coloured number plates. And it does say in the sup regs and everything, you need to run the certain colours for your class and all that jargon. We all know about that.
Yeah.
So the protest was made. I think it got dismissed by the steward to say, like, nah, you don't have a case. Sorry, see you later. And I think the protest was taken further. So if that's the case and they couldn't award the Pro 450 final podium or the Duke and Brett Eden Trophy to them because the results weren't solidified. So the race winners were Jared Brook won, Caden Downing was second, and Daniel Wicks was third. But because of the disqualification for Jared Brooks, he's now out. So replacing Wixie for third place is Dale Borlase. So Dale Borlase third, Daniel Wicks second, and Caden Downing's a Pro 450 champion. This is the results I'm reading from Motorcycle in Australia's press release. So if they're releasing the results as their press release, I'm under the assumption of that is the final ruling of that.
Yep.
Which I'm sorry to say, Jared, if you were outside the cones and that was the rules, you can't really knock that. Going off the colour number plates, we didn't find out what the final ruling was that or why the protest didn't go ahead or if it went ahead and got dismissed or if it got revoked or whichever way, shape or form. But it was kind of sad because we didn't get to sort of have the presentation for which is the premier class in Australian dirt track racing. So luckily for Matt and I, we got the only ones to get the photo with the Duke of Edinburgh trophy. But it still would have been cool to have them boys on the podium as well with
it's a shame to end it like that for the major class. But look, it sounds like you're saying, if MA have released that on their website, that must be the final standing, the final ruling.
Yeah.
You were saying, was it on Speed Hive that the results had been taken down or something?
Yeah, well, after the first day, it kept still saying that that a race was live, so it didn't have all the updated race results or points or anything like that. And then we went to look at it again on Speed Hive to find out other results and things like that. The whole event had been taken down on Speed Hive. So I don't know if that was for any reason to do with the protest or it just, I don't know, corrupted file or something and they couldn't, publish it or whichever reason. But yeah, that's
So
that was
there's
a
a
bit of
few
a
things.
dampener.
Yeah, there's a few things in this. One, Australia made national flat track news on another podcast. Got a mention about the coloured number plate saga,
Who
which
was
is
that?
really on tank slapping. Corey was talking about it, and yeah, it's really sad that
Oh,
that's
about
why
us, about Aussie Dirt
about
Track.
yeah
Oh,
about the coloured number plates protests.
yeah,
And I thought that was really sad that were getting mentioned because of that, and not the other great things that are
yeah,
happening over here with flat track. So that was a bit of it was interesting that they picked that up. And the other thing, the coloured number plates has always been in the rules since I've been doing dirt track, Aussie dirt track. So why don't you have them, guys? And the other thing is, if um, if you rock up to an Aussie dirt track and it says for the Pro 450, you meant to have a blue background, white number. I'm not sure if that's 100%. I'm pretty sure it is.
yeah,
My background's blue with white number, and we go
yeah,
by the rule book.
yeah.
So
Mid blue background and white numbers. That's right.
so if the scrutineers, was it scrutineering or self scrutineering?
Well, it was self scrutineering, but you still pushed your bike through a scrutineering area to get your sticker put on and whatnot. So,
Yeah. So it should have
yeah,
been picked up. And if it's picked up, they should be saying, look, you haven't got the right color background, you're not going to be scored. You can race, but you're not going to be scored. That's the way
yeah,
I think it should be done. It shouldn't get to a final at the checkered flag
no,
and then someone can protest it, because that's just fucked. That's stupid.
yeah,
It should be
and
pulled
it
up
wasn't
way,
over
way
an
earlier.
illegal motor or anything for that matter. It was over.
That's a bit different.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
yeah,
over a number plate, for fuck's sake, which is
that's right.
obvious to everyone. And it's the way I sort of and maybe I don't know. Did they actually follow it through and did it? You don't know either, do you? If
No,
it actually stood.
no,
So
I did speak to my resources and whatnot, and as far as I've been told that
it
they're
didn't.
pretty sure it got they retracted the protest, but I don't know. There was a lot of heat on Facebook, which I'm dare say everyone saw, read, and whatnot. And I'm not going to start saying names and they did this and who did that and whatever
Yeah,
else.
yeah.
I'll just tell you the
Uh,
situation and what outcome that I knew. But at the end of the day, the person that protested technically had every right to, and
yeah.
technically, if you look by the rule books, was in the right sportsmanship way, like probably not. But under a
Mm.
technicality, yes, he had every right to protest. And I dare say if he took it to the hills, he probably would have won the protest. But I don't know if it got thrown
So,
out or if he
so
withdrew it or whatever.
we actually sort of, I know it was under a different umbrella, Deafness Sport, but there was something wrong here. So, okay, why did they leave it? This is where it's wrong from the sportsmanship side of thing. Why not mention it earlier in the meeting? Hey, he
Yeah.
hasn't got the right color number plates. It doesn't matter where he is in the competition.
Yeah.
He's not following the rules. Why hasn't he got the right color number plates? Is he being scored? Ask it then.
Yeah.
And then if that guy finishes in front of you for a podium position, you go, well, was he scored? I mentioned it earlier in the day. I think that takes a little bit of that sort of unsportsmanly sort of thing
Yeah.
away from you. Because now doing it this way, it just looks like you're just trying to gain that position or whatever. But it is a rule, like you said, and he does have every right. But yeah, if you notice things that aren't right, call them out early.
Yeah.
Call them out right as soon as you notice it. And I don't know, I might be wrong. People might go, "Oh, you're a fucking idiot." That's fine. That's your
No one would
opinion.
say
But
that, would they?
yeah, plenty. But it's to me that's avoiding the situation later. Bring it up early. If it doesn't get dealt with, if you can record it some way or something, I don't know. There's no perfect solution, but yeah, it does look bad. Uh, it is the rule, though. It is a rule.
Hmm.
Yeah, and then what about the responsibility of the club? They should never have been scoring them, should they? If it's a
Well,
rule.
Well,
And I'm not
that's the
trying to
whole
shit on
thing.
the club either. Don't take me the wrong way. I'm just meaning we've got to be accountable. If there's rules, they've got to be followed. What's the
Yeah.
point of having rules if they're not followed?
Well, the thing is as well, I want to ask is if you're running self-scrutineering, right, which I dare say is to put all the responsibility back on the rider slash mechanics team involved. If you're going to be doing that, you need someone to police that, as
Yeah,
in EI, engine numbers, chassis numbers,
yeah.
bike capacity, wheel size, whatever the hell it is. If you're going to put the scrutineering side of it in back into the riders and teams' hands, you need to have someone that polices that. And I'm not saying there wasn't, but if there was someone policing it and policing it properly, they would have said, "Hey, mate, you're not running the right colours for the class that you've entered." But then again, I got asked, well, wasn't that same person entered in the MX Open? And they run white background with black numbers, but that's with the 450. So what this guy was actually doing was racing the 450 in the 450 class and the MX Open. But according to the rule book, which I did speak to another MA official, that if you're running upper class, you have to run the color number plates of the class that you're originally running in. And yes, you're allowed to use the same number plates when you ride upper class. So if you're riding in the
Ah,
250s,
right.
you have the green numbers, green background with the white numbers, I'm pretty sure. And you ride up into the Pro 450s, you can run those colors. But you can't, you know what I mean? You've got to run it in the original class that you've entered it in, even if you're running upper class too. So
Yeah, right.
that was another argument in the sense as well. But the shit thing is, we shouldn't have to be talking about this. We should be talking about the winner of the
The
Pro
victory.
450
That's
class and
right.
the Duke
That's
of
right.
Edinburgh Trophy winner and
Yeah.
shit like that. And it's just like, fuck,
Yeah.
come on.
No, it's a bit silly. And if anyone that is listening to this podcast within Australia is on the dirt track committee or track committee for MA, yeah, maybe bring this up. You know, maybe have one colour for all classes. I don't know. I don't. Yeah, I sort of think to simplify it would be the best way if people are running multiple classes, which yeah, that's just crazy. That you can't obviously carry around three different lots of plastics and change them in between races or anything. That's
No.
just ridiculous. So, yeah, maybe that's the rule that needs to be looked at. It is a shame that the protest came down to that. The running within or without the out of the cones. That's just a bit of bad luck. I'm sure he didn't do it deliberately. It's just racing in the heat of the moment. If they were bar to bar, they would have been trying to get, you know, just trying to
Oh,
get the
without
positions.
a doubt, I dare say I would have if I had the thing wound on as hard as they did, and that was a trajectory I was going on, and I was
Yeah, that's
gaining
where you go.
momentum. I wasn't going to be turning any harder. I was letting that thing wick on, and I was trying to do my absolute best. So, yeah, like I said, I do feel for Jared because he was stalking and stalking and stalking, and yeah, finally got that run, and yeah, unfortunately exceeded track limits is what the MotoGP presenters would say, and got well disqualified, which I thought he should have been knocked back a few spots, but yeah, taken out completely. So
So that section of the track is marked by cones, not wall or anything like that. Obviously.
well, there is a wall running along the outside, but the track sort of at the edge of the track it dips off,
Oh, okay.
like it does at the back of Broadford, how it just goes down a bit, and you
Yeah.
have fence running along there as well. So I still, if he went off the end of that track there, I still don't see how he could have gained an advantage. As in, like, there's nothing out there to get grip. He would have just
Mm.
hit soft dirt and would have gone backwards. So yeah, I that's what I mean. I don't know how the hell he got the momentum or carried the momentum to be able to pass Caden for the win. But yeah, from our eyes, he was half a wheel in front when they crossed that across the finish line. But unfortunately, if you go off the track, the rule was you got yeah, you got docked position. So yeah, I definitely feel for him. He absolutely rode his ass off all weekend. It's as
So,
everyone, it's phenomenal to watch Jared race. It's yeah.
so just a bit of Groundhog Day here. Was he disqualified or did he go back three places in
No,
the
he
end?
was disqualified.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that was the words that came out of his mouth. So that's what the official told him.
And on the results you've got there, because I haven't got them up, he's
Mm.
not on it.
No. No, I've only got first, second, and third. Unfortunately, I don't have the results
Yeah.
for the whole list. But yeah, if you did get reverted back to fourth, I can't really say
Oh, of
or
course.
not.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, so yeah, unfortunately, that was a little bit of a dampener. But I do want to give a massive shout out to the Whit Sunday Dirt Riders Club. They put on an amazing event. Everything was ran fantastic. It was structured good. The people on the gates were fantastic. All the flaggies and officials that were there did an absolutely awesome job. Like, it was stinking hot out there as well. I believe there was a fair few cameramen out there. Colin Perkett was there. Doug Perkett, sorry, was out there taking photos, and Bill McFarlane too, which was fantastic. Bill McFarlane captured the moment where Matt and I crossed the finish line, and yeah, that's awesome to be able to have that image and have that moment captured on in a photo too. And I'm not 100% sure the lady that was doing the live feeds or the live streams for the finals too. Thank you very much for that. That was cool to have another perspective. I believe Andy Bridge also took footage of some of the finals as well at another point of the track a little bit further away around. So that was awesome to be able to see everything unfold from that point of view as well. But yeah, and again, massive hats off to the club. I know you would have been sort of scratching your heads and kicking your asses a little bit when having it delayed from July. I think it would have been all the way down to October, knowing that the heat's going to be a bit of an issue. But you guys did a massive job. And yeah, for the boys that drove 60-hour round trip to get our bikes up there and back, Marty, Hooch, and Simon, that's yeah, we appreciate everything you guys did. We had the luxury of flying up and watching Jack sit in the plane, shit himself for 5 hours, 2.5 there and back. So, but no, it was absolutely fantastic, and it was definitely worthwhile, the trip. And I did say they actually have announced the venue for the Australian senior track titles. It's actually going to be 3 hours north of of Proserpine. It's going to be
I saw that.
it's going to be in Townsville. So yeah, I sent a message to Matt and I said, well, will we book another bird? And yeah, he's keen as mustard to go. So hopefully we can have the same
Yeah,
success with rider numbers and get a lot of people up there too. So hopefully next season there's not many rescheduled dates and things like that. It can flow a hell of a lot better. But yeah, I'll definitely be keen for that. I've heard from a few mates of mine that live up that way, and they said that's an absolutely unreal track too. So I can't wait to get up there. And I think you better pull your finger out and get on a bird and get up there as well, Darcy. You got to get to some of these dirt track meetings, mate.
Oh, yeah, I know it's pretty slack, aren't I?
It's like you got things to
Yeah.
do more important.
So I'm guessing that's air, is it? Is that
Ah,
going to be?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I do believe so. Yeah,
yeah, awesome.
yeah, I do believe so. No, I know Luke Burgess is going to yell at me for this, but I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah, so James Davies, who is Claire Day's husband, is the president of Air Motorcycle Club.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, they're our pod partner, Davies Designs. You're getting lots of shout outs tonight, guys. So
Yeah.
yeah, so I'd love to go up there, but yeah, how I don't know, maybe some of us Victorians all need to dig into our pockets and hire a truck and put all the bikes in the back of that or something. I don't know how the logistics would go for that. And of course, it's going to depend on AFTN next year. If there's those extra rounds,
Yeah.
that will probably rule me out, to be honest. Like, just thinking on the fly right now. I've got a few other things coming up and going on as well that I really want to get to, and yeah, do a bit more racing overseas again and stuff. So yeah, we'll just see what actually happens. Yeah, uh, trying to drive sales, try to help fund a few things. So if you do know anyone that needs any help setting up with flat track or dirt track or whatever, yeah, send them our way. It'd be much appreciated.
I actually
And
don't think Townsville Motorcycle Club, I don't think it's air.
okay, it must be
No, I think
separate.
it's a different circuit again. Yeah. I'm not don't
Oh,
quote
we'll have to.
me, I
I'll
don't think
send James a message and find out. Actually, we're going to have Brendan on shortly to do the recap with the Victorian titles, which were held at Albury Wodonga at Diamond Park Speedway this weekend, just gone. So we'll ask him. He knows James really well. He might know that answer.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm used to sort of that sort of stuff. Remembering, actually, I think early onset might be happening. I keep putting stuff down and going, did I do that? Where did I put this? And
Oh,
it's,
listen
yeah,
to him, people. He's starting to blame old age for his forgetfulness. If anyone's looking at the video, you can see the amount of shine that's coming off that dome. Mate,
yeah, I remembered to shave.
yeah,
So
good.
you gotta put the feet down.
I've got to put
Um,
it down.
Yeah, well, we're killing a bit of time. Well, so congratulations to everyone up there that made the trip from all over Australia to Whitsundays. It did look like an awesome track. The video I saw, it did look like each race was a bit different. The color of the dirt was different. So, yeah, obviously having to put water in and then it drying out quick and all that sort of stuff. But, yeah, good effort to everyone that made it happen and keeping Dirt Track going and all the I'm imagining there was quite a few late entries. So yeah, good work to everyone that joined in and made it the event that it sounds like it was. And yeah, there's if I can't come up to race, maybe I can come up to film. So that might be a better alternative. I think that's more doable than bringing the bike up. And plus, I'm probably not competitive enough against most of those guys. So who got to be
Sounds like you
honest.
need a sidecar.
No, the twin's coming along. I've done a couple changes on the twin. I'm starting to feel a bit more. I was leaning it in today. No worries. So
Nice.
a couple of times went holy shit, but that's pretty normal. So yeah, no, it was good. I'm looking forward. We've got Appen coming up, so looking forward to that. But before we go into anything like that, I wanted to say what's on my mind. Congratulations to Tom's best mate Sammy Halbert for winning the FIM. So America won that FIM. So yeah,
Yep.
good work, mate. He's if you don't follow Sammy, he's actually been putting a lot of effort into his program through all his racing with American Flat Track and the FIM, and he's traveling around. He's creating some really great content, and that's what our sport needs is people like that doing that sort of thing. So yeah, well done, mate, for getting that one done and dusted. Without going on the website, I can't remember who got second and third. Sorry. Or the standings. I actually haven't looked at the whole standings. I only seen his post today. So yeah, good job to Sammy. He's not doing half miles and miles over in America after his last big crash, so he's just doing all short track. And I reckon that I dare say that probably helped him a bit actually with the FIM because they're mainly the shorter tracks.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was great to see. A non-European take that one out. Would have been great to see Jared. I don't know. We haven't talked to Jared about it or anything if he's going to have another go at going back next year. But yeah, would love to see a round go into another country outside of Europe. That would be fantastic. Whether
Mm.
they, I dare say they are thinking about it and want that to happen. But obviously, most of the riders in the FIM series are based in Europe, so you can sort of easily travel to those tracks. But now Sammy's come over, and one of that might make open their eyes to broadening the horizon of the tracks, and if he can make that happen, yeah, other riders can too. I've been thinking about that a lot too, as you know, with Matt Davies borrowing a bike in New Zealand, and actually Jobbo is trying to
Mm.
wrangle one for the Burt Munro. So, this was sort of my dream right from the beginning that we start hiring each other's bikes or borrowing each other's bikes or whatever arrangement you can come to with the other person that's willing to either hire or lend you a bike. Personally, I think hiring a bike to each other is probably better because it
Yeah.
gives you a bit of a bond if something goes wrong and damage wise and that sort of stuff. But yeah, if anyone is doing that out there, I'll probably write an agreement up and both sign on the dotted line on it. Come to it so it's in writing, not just a hearsay thing. Would be my advice. Write something up, say, do you agree to this? And yeah, just keep modifying it until you both agree and are happy. So that if something does go wrong, because bikes do go bang and bikes do get knocked off, riders do get knocked off when we have racing incidents. So there is a fair chance that your bike could get damaged. I don't think anyone borrowing one would walk away and not fix the other person up if they're traveling from overseas.
Nah.
I'd be very surprised, but just have a bit of guarantee there. I reckon, yeah, riding that up, and because I'm only sort of bringing it up because there is a bit of it. Sounds like a bit of it going on, and it's a little bit of an unknown for a lot of people. So I know in other disciplines like road racing that happens all the time, but yeah, that's Uncle Darcy's suggestion for Monday the 14th.
Uncle
So
Darcy.
what are you looking at on your phone?
I was trying to find. I wouldn't even be able to pronounce their freaking names even if I tried. The guys that got second and third in the FIM flat track. I can't.
Oh, good on you. Yeah,
There's,
yeah. Because I was
there's
going
no
to
one in the
do
world I'll be able to pronounce it. I probably sound like a doofus trying to say it.
that's funny because that was going to be my excuse for not saying.
I
Not saying
don't
the
want to
big two.
insult. I don't want to insult you by reading your name wrong, mate. But yeah, hats off to you for your podiums in the world
Yeah,
championships.
yeah, yeah. Good work to all those guys, and they are fast as so. Um, yeah. What else has been going on? I was meant to go to the Harley Club race meeting, and I was all packed and ready. We're actually about to leave. We're just finishing tea, and Sky was going to drive down with me, and we're about to leave. And on Facebook came the cancellation post. So I'm
No,
glad. I'm glad we got it.
Didn't they run something on the Sunday anyway? Wasn't there still a?
No, so X number one Taylor Street ran a private coaching day on the Saturday. But I saw some pictures from it. It did look pretty muddy. It did look rideable, but yeah, I think they made the right call not racing on it.
Yeah,
Um, it was a shame. There was a few people down from New South Wales, which yeah, appreciate you guys all travelling down to the club, and I know the club do too. Sorry that it didn't go through. Hopefully, I think some of them might have hung around for the practice day, and I know a couple had already left. But look, that's racing. We went to Appin, and it was looking good until the last minute, and we got rained out.
yeah,
It's just unfortunate. That's the downside of travelling. Or can be one of the downsides of travelling. The upside is you get to go places you may never have been before, and
yeah.
yeah, meet new people, experience new tracks and surfaces, and yeah, make mates for life. So yeah, so that didn't go ahead. So that was disappointing. Uh, my house, I think, did I ride that day? Oh, shit, I can't remember. See, I told you I got early onset. Uh,
Well,
yeah, I think.
there's a few race meetings coming up. Besides AFTN at Appen on the 3rd of
Oh
November.
yeah.
Nepean Raceway's got a club day on the 3rd of November, and on the 9th of November, Griffith Motorsports Club have their twilight meeting on Saturday/Saturday night. So yeah,
Yeah, right. Eh?
I'll be making my way out there. I'm 50-50 on it, but I'm getting more and more close to it. I'm gonna whip my 450 out with the 19s on it and take it to Griffith and show Neil Girdler exactly how it's done properly, so he knows what he's in for next season, right? So you Girds, mate, got to pull your finger out, son. I'm coming for you.
Was that the 6th of November, isn't it?
It's the 9th. That's the 9th of November.
Oh, 9th of November. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, lead everyone astray.
So yeah, that should be good. I went out to Griffith a couple of months ago now. Unfortunately, did practice, got rained out, so I'm pretty keen to get back there. I heard that the track's absolutely unreal under lights too. So
Oh, it is. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
so I'm definitely gonna whip the 450 out and yeah, and get out there and have a skid on the sidecar, and also yeah, get the 450 out and get it covered in dirt. I'm actually pretty excited for it too. So I haven't told Gerds that I was going to bring the 450. I think I might have mentioned it to Ange the other day, but yeah, I'll whip it out of the shed and I'll see if I know how to start it or / ride the thing. So that's going to be yeah, that's going to be a new thing for me to try to figure out which way it goes.
Oh, I'm going to try and have to get my 450 back together for that.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and another
Yeah,
reason for me to run into the side of you.
yeah, I want to come up for that. Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
awesome.
Yeah, so that was November the 9th, you're
Yeah,
saying?
two
Yeah,
weeks after Appen.
yeah, 2 weeks after it happened. So on that same day at the Harley Club of Victoria, I thought since we're shouting other clubs out,
Yeah.
yeah, they've got a junior development day. And then on The 10th is the Harley Club Champs round 4. So that's the Sunday, the next day. Oh, I wonder, oh, shit. I did that last time. It just about killed me. Went from Griffith to Broadford. I couldn't make it in time.
No, you'll be all right.
No, I got there at 10 o'clock in the morning. No, I wouldn't probably make it in time and be safe to ride. Uh, and
Well,
then Saturday.
the week after that is the last two rounds of the AF10 in Gunnedah.
Yeah, no, I
So
can't screw myself. So, and then the 30th of November, which is also a Saturday, is the last round of the club champs at the Harley Club. So,
okay,
yeah, you can find that. You can find their calendar on their Facebook page. It's
yeah,
about 40 posts down, but you can find it. So, yeah, if you do want to make another trip down and haven't got anything on close to you, those events are happening. But yeah, I would love to come back up to Griffith. I've wanted to ever since my last time there. Yeah, but I think I'll try and make it a 2 day trip rather than all in the one day. So
yeah. No, you definitely got to come up. I suggest if rumours I heard are true, I suggest yeah, everyone get out to Griffith and have a skid because yeah, it definitely might be worth your while getting a little bit of knowledge about the track
practice.
if rumours go the right way they are in the moment. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. And yeah, so there's still a bit of racing left in the rest of the year with dirt track as well as the AFTN as well. So I think we still got North Brizzy Cup at the start of December too. That's going to be
Yep.
that's going to be a good one. I'm going to go up there and watch that. I've got a few people I want to say hello to. So yeah, I'll be up there and yeah, wearing the Clava shirt too. So come and say good day and see what happens. And yeah, I might even give you a shout out on the podcast if you're nice enough and buy me a rum.
Oh yeah, well that'd be nice, wouldn't it? Well, you're not riding, so why not?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I'll be riding. I did mention to Matt. I said I wouldn't mind winning the North Brizzy Cup. He's like, bro, we've been to Queensland 3 times this year. My missus will kill me, and I'm like, yeah, you'd be right. But no, I think that
Well,
was a hard no.
well, when's Brizzy? When's the North Brisbane Cup? 1st of December or something?
Yeah,
First
it's at the
weekend
I'm
December.
pretty sure it's at the very beginning.
Yeah, because he will be just coming back from NZ as well.
No, he's coming back. He's that start of November.
Oh, I thought that was the 16th. No, oh
Mm,
no, that's AFTN, isn't it?
yeah,
AFTN's the 16th. Oh yeah,
yeah,
so it
and the
must
week
be
before
just
that Griffith, and the week before that's Nepean. So
yeah, right.
where are we? North Brisbane. I better not call it Mike Hatch. Or what do you call it? Mike Hatches. I might get my ass chewed out
Mike
again.
Catches.
Fucking
Mick
Jesus
Mick Doohan might be the name you're looking for.
Christ. Where are
Shit.
we? It says Saturday, 7th of December. It says on their website, on their Facebook page. So
Yeah,
yeah.
right.
So yeah, I'm definitely pumped to get up there and yeah, and watch that. I reckon that's going to be an awesome meeting. I hopefully yeah, Tom Drain and all that will head up there too. I believe I did see some footage of him hammering around Appen last weekend. So
Righto.
that's always good to see. You might hopefully we see him line up at Appen too. That'd be unreal. And I did hear some sort of rumors that he may have cahoots an international rider to come over and contest the last rounds of the AFTN at Gunnedah, but I don't know if that information is 100% solid yet. But if that's the
Yeah.
case, mate, that would be
And
unfucking.
was that rider at Appen? No, they're not
I
in their
don't.
country yet.
I'm not sure. I just saw. I think Reece Sandow went out there. Tommy Herrick was there. Uh, yeah, Tom Drain was out there. I'm pretty sure Webby and Kenny Angel were out there as well having a ride. But I
Yeah.
didn't see any sort of footage or whatnot of said rider. So I don't know if that's 100% solid. But if it is, I'll be over the freaking moon. It'd be definitely worth a trip to Gunnedah.
Yeah, fantastic. Right. Well, where is this Brendan McCowett? Where are you, Brendan? Should we just sit here and start yelling his name until he comes?
Is that like Beetlejuice? You say his name 3 times and he pops up. Man, I've got a heater under this desk and it is cooking me.
Are
Shit.
you are you at work? Are you?
I'm at home. I've pretty much got all of October off.
Oh, nice. You said it
Oh
was cold up there.
yeah, man. I went down to mum and dad's place, dropped a few things off to them. I thought, oh yeah, I'll give the ute a wash. Went to the car wash, drove about 30 seconds up the road, and it pissed down. I
Right.
mean, it pissed down, and I might have got a tad cranky. So I went past the bottle shop and made me less cranky. So it's all good. It's all good up here now. But yeah, it has been hammering down. It's stopped now, but yeah, it has been fucking pissing down.
Yeah. Well, I think that's fair, don't you? I gave him 2 minutes. See the 8 o'clock. It's 2 minutes past.
What's he doing?
I
Give
don't
him a
know.
group. Let me
Oh no,
let
he's
me
right.
call
He's
him.
typing. He's probably finishing dinner or something because they don't get home till quite late.
Priorities, bud. Priorities. What are you doing?
Yeah. No, he's doing it now. I
He's
reckon he
doing-
forgot. He forgot about us. See, this is why you got the job, mate.
Mate, you gotta reevaluate who you're paying, I reckon.
Yeah, we can give him shit in a couple minutes.
That's right, yeah. I was actually when I was at Nepean on the weekend to watch a few boys hammer around there on the practice day, and it was good to see Goffy out there on 19s too. He was having a bit of a run around with his kids as well, doing
I
some
saw
kickstart
that.
courses. So yeah, no, I was pumped to see my red Teletubby out there. I was
So
yeah, excited.
what day was Nepean? Sunday.
The third last Sunday, yeah. So
Yeah, and what day was Appen?
the same day.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, he's got him on the telephone,
Hello.
I think.
Oi.
How you
Yeah,
going?
yeah. How you going?
Yeah, good.
Good. Yeah,
Ringing in. We
I'm
don't get
calling
to
in
see.
because
Yeah,
no,
go for
I'm
it.
calling in because I'm in the shed. Calling in because I'm in
Oh,
the
right. Thought you were going to say you're in the shower.
shed.
Only you would say that,
No.
you sex pest.
Yeah.
What are you doing in the shed?
Yeah, I can't say I'm surprised. Well,
Oh,
I
come
had to swap the trip. I swapped the triple clamps over for the weekend, so now I'm swapping them back so I can ride the motocross bike tomorrow.
Oh, okay. I was actually thinking about that today. So for the people that are listening and watching, don't know what the hell we're talking about. Brendan Road had two bikes up at the Vic Titles at Albury in the weekend, and he used a sort of motocross enduro one with the 19s. Do you reckon you would have been better putting the 19s on your normal one and just doing your Aussie dirt track setup on your motocross one?
No, I definitely would have been better on the 19s on the flat track bike, but
Yeah.
I think I just would have been bucked around still pretty bad with like an 18 on because the track was pretty deep.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
I feel like on a smooth track you can get away with motocross suspension a little bit, but on a rough track, I don't know, it just seems to amplify the problems.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And you can't.
Yeah,
You
so I
just
definitely
can't
wish
make
I
it
was.
hard, mate.
No, I definitely wish I was on the flat track bike for the 19s class because yeah, it would have it would have been so much better. But hindsight,
Yeah. Anyway, that's it. That was the choice you made, and at least you got to run in the
Yeah.
class, and added to it because there wasn't
yeah,
that many
exactly
people
right.
in that class, was it?
No, 6. Which
Yeah.
I kind of thought there'd be more, but I didn't realise Appen had a practice day on the Sunday. So half the people I thought who might have come down were at that practice day.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and there's a few like I would have. Well, if I wrote it on my calendar and my bike was going, I would have done it. And like, yeah, I'm not
Yeah,
sure why
100%.
Zane. 2 weeks before, I think I spoke to Zane, and he was keen to do it. So I'm not sure what happened to him. So yeah, there's just a lot going on, I
Yeah,
guess. And yeah, that old
yeah,
story that
exactly right.
you hear everyone saying about the money side of things at the minute. So that as well. So yeah,
Definitely plays a big factor.
yeah, build us a bit of a welcome back on for a start, and then Brendan McCoward, if no one
Yeah,
knows
it
who
has
the
been a
hell we're
while.
talking to. Yeah, number 22. Build us a bit of a picture of what it was like at Albury in the weekend.
Righto. Well, the weather was insane. It was like mid-20s and sunny. Couldn't
Yeah,
have asked for better weather.
Yeah.
Yeah, typical Albury club fashion. The event went extremely smoothly. Like both days, we were pretty much wrapped up at about 1:30.
Yeah,
Yeah,
whatever.
right.
So, like, you know, with the numbers they had, they probably could have squeezed. They could have easily squeezed it into a one-day meeting, but obviously everything was already booked for 2 days and things like that. So they had to sort of almost stretch it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, the meeting itself was good. The track was really good. Like I was a little bit worried that with the weather being the way it was, it would have like dried out and baked a bit, but it held up really well. And they were good with when they watered it. They always wheeled it, so going out after the water wasn't an issue. So
Yeah.
no, it was really good meeting.
Yeah, so I noticed in some of the photos there was a couple I don't know if it was sessions where it did look quite wet. Everyone was covered in roost and looked pretty dirty. Was that like consistent throughout the day, or was that just like it maybe at the start of the day, or
No, it was
how
pretty
was that?
consistent throughout the day. The track was probably deeper. I feel like it might have been deeper on Sunday. Like when we looked at the track on Sunday morning, like it looked like a motocross track. So it was definitely
right.
deeper on Sunday, but there was definitely some deep spots on the Saturday too. So it was very consistent actually throughout the whole weekend. The track was pretty much the same. Yeah.
And how did you? I know your bike wasn't in the right setup, but how did you find it on the 19s?
Yeah, I think it would have been good. I got better, obviously, as the day went on. Half my issue was not being able to get off the line because I don't know how anyone starts on a 450 on concrete without a whole shot button because I didn't have one and I didn't think I'd need it, being that it was 19s. But, yeah, I could not get off the line, so that set me up for failure a bit there. And then, hang on a second. Yeah, it was okay. It was just rough. But then I was speaking to Wade Carter, and he's like, "Oh, just because so after the first race, I think, or practice, I just wound the clickers all the way in basically, and it still wasn't that hard. And yeah, speaking of Wade Carter, and he just told me to pull the forks all the way through, so I did that. I was just playing with setup a little bit, and it got better throughout the day. But I was just kind of riding to stay upright, basically.
Okay. Yeah, not really. Not really.
Yeah,
the way you want it to be.
No, not at all. It was pretty rough. It was probably the hardest. For me, it was the hardest 19 setup I've ever ridden. Even when I first got on them, it was way better than that. So I don't know what the main contributing factor was, but yeah, it was like riding a bull. I remember because Ryan New was sort of saying the same thing, and we rocked up to the last race, and we'll both just laugh, and we're like, one more ride on the bull.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
So
Yeah.
what Ryan New was having issues? Ryan New was having issues?
He was the same.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's just rough. And I think like it's not that it was because I'm a big advocate for the fact that you don't need to prep the track different for 19s, like they can run on any track. It was just it would have been fine if I was on a dirt track bike, but being that it was a motocross bike that I honestly haven't really done anything to, so I don't know what kind of setup it was or anything because I bought it second hand. So it was just going in a bit blind, I think, was the issue.
Yeah, righto. Yeah, but crazy. So they had.
It was fun. It was fun. It was fun nonetheless. I'm glad they had the class.
Yeah, they had, and it wasn't a championship class, was it?
No, apparently they needed 8 to make it a championship class, and they had 6. So I didn't think that would have been a championship class either way because I didn't think it was in the moms or anything like that. I thought it was always just going to be a support class. But apparently if they had 8, it would have been a championship class.
Yeah, which
that's
is
unreal. How good's that?
It is. Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they had Joel commentating.
Yeah, Joel Mallet. I was a little bit worried that they wouldn't have any after practice, but yeah, Joel Mallet was doing it, and he does a really good job. Obviously knows a lot of people up there, has been around a long time, so he was really good on the mic.
Yeah, no, he is. He does a top job. I think I was talking to you the other. Was it Sunday you rang me? And I think it was Skylift one year is doing that, and he is fantastic at commentating. So good work, and always creates a bit of atmosphere. Were there many spectators, or was it mainly family and friends?
There was a few. It's hard. I mean, it's hard to know whether they were there with the rider or not. But yeah, there was definitely a few there.
Yeah, right. Because from the videos I could see I'm guessing when it's fairly warm, because Albury gets quite warm, most people go and stand underneath the it's not a pergola, what do you call it? Like the veranda by the canteen there.
Yeah.
So, and you couldn't see that in the videos, so I wasn't sure. Yeah, if there was heaps, and plus there was all pit tents and that along the pit wall there, blocking that view. So yeah, it was pretty hard to tell if there was a crowd or not. Any sort of
definitely feel like obviously when what's that?
No, keep going.
Well, just like when you compare it to some of the skylifts and things like that, like the crowd definitely wasn't like a skylift crowd. But you know, it's sort of not really comparing apples to apples. Skylift's a Saturday night meeting, so people are going to be more free. Whereas on a nice weather weekend, there's probably lots of people away and things like that. So
yeah. chopping firewood, cleaning their houses, mowing lawns,
Yeah,
going on picnics. Yeah, the list
exactly
goes
right.
on and on and on. Any
We now,
standouts?
we now know what Darcy does on weekends. He's not racing.
Yeah, yeah. Every time he's busy, we know what he's doing.
Um, you just blew my train of thought. What was I gonna? What was I going? Oh yeah, any standouts during the weekend that sort of caught your eye that you want to mention, like Hazard's shorts or anything like that?
No, that's pretty standard from Hazza.
Yeah,
There was actually two. So one of them, obviously, shout out to Robbie Routman for winning the Pro 250 class.
yeah,
So
awesome.
that was good. That was a he hit the gate off the start, and so that obviously in a 6-lap race that kind of ruined his chance. He made a bunch of passes through the first couple of corners, and then there was a big crash. It got red flag. The rider got up, so it was not too bad. And then he ended
Yeah.
up. He was annoyed, obviously, and we all know how much better you ride when you're annoyed. So he got a good start in the second one, and yeah. So that was one standout. Obviously, that's awesome for him. And then there was another one. I feel bad because I don't know the kid's name, but he went to I think he went to a Harley Club practice day a few weeks ago. It was his first time doing dirt track, and he was in the first running of the 250 final. He was running second or third, just like blitzing it. And we were all talking. I was talking to Ty, and we were like, "Who is this kid?" Just come out of nowhere. Had a Harley Club vest on that he'd obviously borrowed. So yeah, that was another standout. Just one of them times when someone just sort of comes out of the woodwork. Spion, I don't know his name. It was on an older bike, but that were the two main standouts. Yeah.
Really awesome. Yeah, I'm trying to think who that might be too. Yeah, yeah, not sure. Yeah, good work to Robbie. I actually messaged him today because we travel a bit with Robbie and Gary, and they've been helping us out. And yeah, Robbie's pretty new to dirt track, and I was stoked to see him take that one out. And it wasn't like I said to him, it wasn't against slouch riders either. So yeah, awesome effort, awesome effort. But he's pretty sandy. Like he's either fully on it or he's fully off it. Is the way I sort of look at Robbie at the moment.
Yeah,
My kind of rider.
yeah, I think that's sort of the way you got to be.
Yeah. Oh, it's just comfort factor, and I mean we all know that when you're comfortable, you're going to ride well. But yeah, if he does, I've noticed if he doesn't like a track, then he really sort of packs it in. But if he likes a track, watch out. Yeah, awesome. So they were the two standouts. Yeah, anything else you want to mention about the weekend?
No, I mean, obviously it was a little bit. The numbers were a little bit disappointing, but like that's sort of beating a dead horse. You're never going to really be happy with the numbers unless you max out capacity and have to cap them. But I'm sure the club would have expected or wanted some more numbers. But other than that, everything else, ran smoothly. That club and the people, like not only the officials that run it, but just the members and all that around that club are insane. Everything they do is sort of like just awesome. Like they've got after the race meeting that they sell beer and they've got the little thing they call the laugh lap bar where you buy the beer, and just everything they do is just sort of, it's a real club kind of vibe. So yeah, I love racing there. The track's good. They ran a awesome meeting. You can't really fault it. It was sick.
Yeah, awesome. Do you have the results in front of you?
I can get them in 1 second.
Yeah, do you want to read them out since you were there?
Well, yeah, which class?
Or do you want to read them out, Darcy? In each class, he can give you a little insight of.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Oh yeah, spin it up a little bit. I mean, can't put in too much on the spot.
Oh well, it's been a long time. It's been a long time. We may as well just throw a minute.
It's all right, Brendan. I know what it's like, mate. I'm here to back you, but it's all good. I'll throw a bit back in.
Thanks, mate. Yeah.
Hold on, we talked about giving Brendan shit, not about you and Brendan giving me shit.
Well, it's more fun when me and Brendan give you shit because you act more like.
Yeah.
I was only giving him shit for being late, but we'll give you shit for everything.
I completely forgot about it, eh?
You were right. You were freaking right. He did forget about it.
Oh, that's right. I said he's either having dinner or he's forgotten about it.
Yeah. You should have just given him dinner, Brendan. Damn it.
Fucking hell. All right. Okay, so the 50 cc's, it doesn't actually say So I'm just reading basically off the Albury Wodonga Motorcycle Club. I didn't check before we went on the pod if the MyLapse or Speed Hive has been updated or uploaded. They said
Yeah,
it was.
they've got the results on there. I just don't know. Like, obviously, the classes with finals is easy to see the results, but the classes without finals, I don't know how they don't have a total result. They've only got each race.
Oh, okay. Well, so I'll just go off the top three from on their Facebook post because that wasn't uploaded when I last checked. So we'll just go off this. So
if you do go on MyLapse, it does have final results.
oh, you have a look at that, and if I say anything wrong, you can fix me up. How's that?
Yes, Mum.
Keep up.
I'll be honest,
See,
I'm not going to remember every result for every class.
No. So 50cc was first place. We start in third place, don't we? In third place, Zeb Butler. Second place, Oscar Borella, and first place was Cooper Quinn. So that was 50cc.
There was actually quite a few. What's that?
So I'm reading from their post, which says presenting the new Vic champs. So I'm assuming these are all championship classes, but I'll just say the 19s are mentioned here too. So that's where I'll get a bit confused. But
so maybe not. But there was quite a few 50s and 65s. So like, if they needed 6 or 8 to be a championship class, there would have been that many there. It was almost full grids, which is awesome.
Yeah, okay. Awesome. Fantastic. So that was the 50cc. Well done to all those young riders. 65cc, 7 to 9-year-olds. In third place, was Mason Wild. Second place, Cooper Quinn. First place was Zach Salmon. So congratulations to them. Zach's a Harley Club rider, isn't he? Cooper and Mason, I'm not sure where. Mason's from New South Wales, I think. Yep.
Oh, yeah, I'm not too sure.
Yes. Sorry, yes, he is.
Was someone else going to? Yes. Is that you, Brendan?
Before we keep going, this has always been fun to me. Hey, Tom, did you race dirt track as a junior on 60s and that?
Every now and then.
Or were you around the sport then?
Not a hell of a lot, no.
Because when I was a kid, as soon as you raced a geared bike, you couldn't go back to a 50. Does that rule ring any bells with you?
Yes.
But they must have changed that at some point because all these kids are racing 50s and 60s. Now.
I think it was different. Oh, right. I think it was different with us because I did any of my junior stuff through Minicana. So we had a 50 track and an 80 and 100 track. So
yeah, right.
Yeah, so you're
it's always something that's always
a good.
Not bugged me. Like I don't care, but it was just like I think they must have changed at some point. Probably when I was
because you're bringing that up because of Cooper Quinn being first in the 50s and second in the 65s. Yeah, right.
Yeah. Anyway,
I have no idea. I have to have a look at that one.
Jeez, that's some memories. Balkan Mills Junior Motorcycle Club. Jesus.
So going down the list here, in the 19s class, third was Brandon Burns. I believe he's from Griffith. Second was Riley Plum from, I don't know what club he nominates himself to, but he rides at the Harley Club, Albury, Undera, everywhere, Mildura. And in first place, he's Victorian. First place was Jet Carter from Bathurst. So well done to those guys and for supporting the 19-inch class.
Brandon Burns had a pretty decent high side in, I think, the second last race.
Oh, did he?
So it was good to see him get up from that,
Get up and recover, yeah.
Yeah,
nice. So
it didn't affect him because in the last one he was battling up front again.
Oh, was he? 65s. Actually, just before I carry on, how did Riley, obviously got second, so did he look really comfortable on the 19s?
He did, yeah. He looked, obviously I never saw him at Brisbane. I've actually never seen him race on 19s, but he looked extremely comfortable on them.
Oh, he's very new to 19s, and that's why I was asking, because at Brisbane he was, I would say, to be fair, was sort of being cautious. So, he was off the pace a bit, but you could see he had it there, but compared to how I've seen him race on 2118, he was being very cautious. So, maybe being confident on this track, knowing this track helped.
Yeah.
He's raced at Albury a fair bit.
Yeah, Brisbane's a hard one on them wheels.
or when you're new to any track, and
Yeah.
he was doing the double. He was new to the track and new to the setup. So 65, moving along to 65cc, 9 to 13 years old. Third was Sonny Bell Chambers, second Will Wiggins, and in first Blake Schlein or Schlein. Sorry, God, I'm doing it again. They'll be hassling me on the Facebook again.
Hassle him.
Yeah, congratulations, Blake. And all the
Will Wiggins
getters.
had a bike. Will Wiggins had a bike malfunction in one of the races, and I'm not sure if he got a DNF or not. So that's obviously a pretty good comeback to still get on the podium.
Yeah, fantastic. Oh, he's floating pretty well, Tom, isn't he? He's given us a little fill in on every class so far. Good job, mate.
I'm putting the images together in my head, so I hope he doesn't say something too rude.
85cc, 13 to 16. Third place was Cooper Blowers. Second was Harley Ackley. Third was Tommy Wright. Anything on that class?
No, I think they were always like 1 or 2 before me, so I didn't really get to watch them.
Right. Okay. Well, we knew it was going to happen eventually. Yeah.
Knew I was going to drop the ball eventually.
over 40s. Third was Reg Wheeler, which I don't know if I've ever come across Reg. Second was the Harley Clubs of Victoria, Ryan Closter. And first was Andrew Fleming, who I believe rides for Cara, up in Cara there.
Yeah.
Right. So,
yeah.
Was that good racing? Was there many in the old boys class?
There wasn't that many in there. I think there was only 5 or 6 maybe. But no, that was pretty good racing. Ryan was sort of getting closer each race to, what was the winner's name again from Cowra?
Andrew,
yeah.
I'm pretty sure his nickname's Possum. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yes. Yeah, no, Ryan was closing on him a lot of races, and then I think he won the 4th race, second last race. So,
right.
that was awesome to see. That was pretty good racing, and then Gary was getting close to the 3rd place rider as well. So we almost had two Harley Club riders on the podium, but yeah, no, it was
awesome.
pretty good racing.
Gary Rortman, who you were mentioning there, so he must have got 4th overall, did he?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, well done, Gary, because he's obviously, like his son, they're both fairly new to dirt track. And I've got to say, Gary and Robbie came out here for a ride, and it was shit conditions, like it was soup. It was sloppy as. And Gary was riding so well. I was really impressed. I was really impressed.
Robbie actually said after the race meeting, I was talking to him, and he said, when we were at Darcy's, Gary was probably quicker than me.
Yeah, right.
He was riding bloody well. I was my eyes were sort of wide open, like, fuck, the next over 40s race I might be having to watch out for Gary, I think. Yeah, he's definitely up the pace. So good work, Barry.
Yeah, good work, boys.
So going down to and good work, to all the over 40s, Andrew, Ryan, and Reg.
I like how you say the oldies class. Like, shit, mate, I'm 4 years off that, and you already start saying oldies class.
Those boys are young, mate.
Yeah, I have to wait for the over 55s to
that's the problem. Yeah, like Gary can compete in the over 50s. So Ryan, I think, isn't 40 yet, is he? No.
No, I think he's 40.
Ryan is 40.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. And Andrew, I'm not sure about. But Andrew's he's pretty quick. I've raced against him a few times.
Yeah.
And, you got to get him on the start. If you don't get him on the start, forget it. There's a few old boys like that are really cracking at their starts. Rolf's a bit like that as well. If you get him on the start, you've got a chance of holding him off. If you don't, don't think you're going to catch him. So we'll move down to the women's. So in third place was Chloe Ackley from up at Mildura. Second place was Abby Wason, who rides all over the show in Victoria. I'm not sure if she identifies as a Harley Club or an Albury member. And then in first place, Kelsey made up for her trip to Queensland and got it done here in Victoria. In her home state. So good work, Kelsey.
That was was awesome for a few reasons. So, Kelsey and Abby sort of split race wins, and I think the last race it came down to whichever one of those two won. Like they were tied, they had two wins each or something.
Oh, okay.
So that was pretty good. Unfortunately, obviously, Abby had the high side, but it's always cool when it sort of comes down to, and they were really close as well in speed. Like they were always like near each other on the track. So it's always cool when it comes down to a race like that.
I've noticed a few of these girls getting a lot of track time, and yeah, it looks like that they've all improved in their lap times a lot. It looks like they've gotten a lot faster.
Yeah.
So before, I don't know, maybe 6 months, maybe 8 months ago, I wouldn't have thought Abby was going to be up there with Kelsey. So, and that's
Oh
not,
yeah,
I'm not meaning to be critical, but sounds like she's got
over the last
faster.
few months she's gained heaps of speed.
Yeah, well, congratulations, Abby. That's awesome. And Chloe, all girls, and Kelsey, of course, taking the championship home. I think she's been, oh shit, I know I should know this. It was either 2 seconds and a third the last few years, or 2 or 3 seconds. I know she's always close, but not quite got there. So that's good. And the next one she needs to do now is do the same thing at an Aussie, and she'll be laughing. Mod 80s, we've got third Oliver Bridge, second Sunny Bell Chambers, and first Flynn Beard. Sorry guys, I don't know where everyone's from in the juniors. I'm a little bit rough on the juniors, mainly because I don't have kids racing anymore, so I've sort of lost track of it a bit. Do you have any stories about the Mod 80s?
No, I didn't. I reckon they were near one of the other classes. I didn't get to see any of that.
Yeah, fair enough. So we'll move along. No disrespect to them, but well done. All getting on the podium and travelling to Albury to race.
Was this a junior and senior title, or just seniors?
Junior and senior.
Both junior and senior. All ran at the same time.
Yep.
So junior 100 and 150cc. Third was Thomas Coates. Second was Tommy Wright, and first was Jez Fife. So
Eddie, well done.
Yeah. Go down. They close to your heats as well, Brendan?
They might have been just before the 19s, I reckon.
Yeah, righto. So this one, Open Unlimited. Third was Claver Rider Daniel Leonetti. Second was Jet Carter from Bathurst, and first was Remy Fife, the hometown boy from Albury Wodonga.
Wow.
What was that racing like? Well, you would have been in that final, weren't you?
Oh yeah, I was in it. Yeah, I didn't. I watched that racing from behind a couple other people. So yeah, which one? That was the.
That's Open.
Yeah, that one I didn't see as much of because I was the front pack kind of got away a bit. But yeah, apparently it was sort of. I think in both clubs a bit of the case of because everyone there was 5 of us that split heat wins. There wasn't a whole heap of passing, just because we're all pretty close on speed. So it was kind of a case of whoever got the start. That's more or less how it finished, except for Dan in the pro.
Yeah, you're right. You're breaking up a little bit. I'm surprised we've gone this long. Actually, outage and it's shocking for phone reception. Are you on your phone or your messenger or something?
No, I'm on my phone. I'll try and stand still. I've got a habit of walking around when I'm on the phone.
Oh yeah, pacing. Yeah, I do that too. Yeah, righto. So you had good heats. It was just in the finals you fluffed it up, basically, wasn't it?
Yeah. So I was just saying that there was 5 of us that were all pretty close in speed. So it was sort of whoever got the start was always kind of the way most of them went. From what I'm understanding.
Tom's laughing.
What a way to shoot you down, Brendan. Yeah, you went good in the hits, but you balled it up in the final. What a prick.
Truth hurt. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
We don't pamper them with falsities. Tom,
You
and
don't
our
Nah.
team.
sugarcoat. You don't
We,
sugarcoat
we
your riders.
yeah.
You just tell them how it is.
That's it. He knows, and they give it to me 10 times
Yeah.
more if I'd fuck it up. So
Oh,
don't you worry.
100%. I'd be into you like a bag of potato chips, mate. You
Yeah.
have no idea.
Yeah, that,
It was
like, I
yeah.
think
The open was annoying. Open was annoying because one thing I'm taking away from this weekend that I've kind of always known is one thing I really need to work on is making passes. And so I finally got around Richo around the outside on like lap 4, it must have been, or something. Coming onto the straight, I was in front of him and missed a shift, and he got back past me, and that was onto the last lap then, and I couldn't make the move again. So it took me 4 laps to try and get around him, finally get around him, and then do something silly like that.
yeah, it's the way it goes, and sometimes those small mistakes, and yeah, it's hard to come back, and
Yep.
especially in Aussie dirt track. Were they 6-lap finals?
Yeah. Like when it says how many laps he did, it says 5, but I'm assuming that just doesn't count the first one, maybe.
Yeah, righto. Yeah. And what about the 19s? Was that just 5 as well? 6 as
I
well?
lost you.
Sorry.
What was that?
The 19s, were they 6 laps as well?
Yeah, that races.
Yeah. Stop walking around.
Yeah, I'm gonna go inside and see if that's any better.
Yeah. Oh, Tom's gone. Where do you go, Tom? Oh, now it's all going balls up. We've lost Tom as well.
Oh, have you got me?
I've got you. Sounds a little weak over here now.
Yeah, I'm inside now.
Yeah, I don't know where Tom's gone. must have got sick of us. That's all right. We'll keep it going.
Yep.
So where were we up to? We were up to junior 85cc 9 to 13 years of age. And that was third place was Hayden Duggan, second place Cooper Antone, and first was Will Wiggin.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, so that one was probably close to one of your classes as well.
I didn't watch much of them either. Or we got Tom back?
Sorry.
I thought we might have had Tom back.
All right. No, we haven't got Tom back. I don't know where he's gone. Oh, here he comes. Hold on. He's on my phone. What have you done? Quickly, because you're interrupting the podcast. Yeah.
My internet's completely shit. It's dropped right out.
Oh, have you got a big storm or something?
Yeah, it's pouring down rain, but I've just got no internet whatsoever.
Oh, I'll see if you can get back on. If not, yeah, well, I'll let you know if we finish up or whatnot. Anyway.
On a bill, but if it says green light, it just says this site can't be reached.
Oh.
Yeah, I think my internet's completely gone kaput. Podcast.
I thought we were too boring for you or something.
Well, Brendan went quiet and your face went still, and I thought, oh, well, surely it's not mine. But no, it is. This time.
He can still hear you. I'm holding you up to the microphone at the moment.
All right, so I won't say the bad word.
Yeah, I mean, we could do it this way, but hold on. Can I see the results then? Oh, yeah. We could do it like this.
No, I'll keep trying to log on.
All right, yeah, we'll just stay on the phone. So I just read out the junior 85cc 9 to 13-year-olds, which was third Hayden Duggan, second Cooper Antone, and first Will Wiggins. And we're about to move on to the junior 250s, which is third Tommy Wright, second Jed Fife. So those boys on the podiums a couple of times. And first was Thomas. It's Gotts, isn't it? I'm pronouncing it right. Gotts.
Yeah.
Gotts.
Got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was the junior 250. So that was their second podium for the event for all three riders in different order though. But yeah, great work to them. Yeah, obviously Jed is probably one of the Thomas too, but Jed's probably one of the most spoken about junior riders as he goes over to America and competes. And
I mean,
Yeah.
oh, you're here. I'll let you in. Hold on. There we go. Hold on. I'm multitasking. See if that worked for you.
All right, I'm back, baby. I'm
That's better.
Alrighty.
back.
So relieved, Tom. Here we go. Pro 450. Now, this was awesome to see Dan getting on another podium.
Yeah.
Not so awesome for Brendan, but anyway, at least we got one Clava rider on the podium.
On you, Danny.
Yeah.
Uh,
He worked for it too. He started like 7th and worked his way up.
oh shit!
Yeah,
did
wow,
he?
wow.
Yeah. So second place was
Yeah.
Remy Fife, and first place was the mysterious Brad Burns. I haven't seen Brad on a bike for a while, so yeah, good to see him
No.
still get up on the top step and against a strong field too. Yeah, so
How many riders in that class was there, Brendan?
Oh, I think that, well, when they put up the final sheet, there was only 13. I reckon there was 15 in the program, but some must have dropped out. So it's pretty, pretty, for, what you would consider or what is normally considered the premier class to have 13 people in it. It's pretty
yeah, it's
wild,
pretty,
really.
You
pretty
you can only imagine with the congestion of absolutely everything. There was there was no way I think any sidecar riders were even going to think about going down there after having everything so pushed
Yeah.
together. But it was still good to see that or not so much the locals, but a lot of other people went down and backed it. I would have liked to have gone down there and even just to watch the event, but it's just everything's crammed into one thing. But how did you go in that 450 final?
Yeah, that was better than the open one, but still, qualified first for it, first gate pick, and I just did absolutely nothing with it. So
what was it?
right.
What was it? Was it hard gating or what was what did you see? And
no. I think without making excuses, I think my problem was the track was so deep that it did not two tires. Like the tire,
okay.
where it could use a one tire meeting. It could use the one tire all meeting, and it would have been like the tire I used all of Saturday and all the way up till the finals. Still hasn't even got a tear in the side knob. I've never seen a track not do that to tires. So, But anyway, I thought I'll get a little bit of an edge and I'll put a new tire on anyway. And I think it was just too grippy on the start. I was sitting right at the front and I was struggling to keep the front down all weekend. But then with the new tire, it was just that little bit extra and I couldn't get it down. And as soon as you had the double clutch, it was kind of over then.
Over.
But before then, my starts were dialed, and then I just should have left the tyre on, basically. That's all I can, without making an excuse, that's all I can sort of put it down to, because, what do you do?
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm sort of the same thing as well. Like Matt's sort of an advocate to either run a new tyre for the final or run it one race before the final and run that tyre on the final, having the edge taken off it too. So it's one of those things where do you run with something that you know, or are you going to get that little bit of an edge with a bit more of a curve on it? But so what did you finish up?
Yeah, well, I figured I got fifth in that one.
All right, yeah, that's all right. Still good. Yeah, I wouldn't blink it.
Yeah, so
you were
definitely my best. What's that?
You were still in the top 5 in both of them, weren't you? Didn't you get 5th or 4th or something in the MX as well?
I got 5th and 6th.
Yeah, okay.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, it's not terrible.
No, hell no. I wouldn't, like I said, I wouldn't be blanking at that. I'd be pumped.
No, well, it's just one of those things. Like there was one heat there where the top 5, I think maybe Jason Richards might have even been in the same heat. Like all of the top guys were in the one heat.
Yeah.
And I whole shot and led that heat all the way till Brad Burns got me on the inside and we crossed the line side by side. He got me by 0.02 of a second.
Oh.
So that was like a big confidence thing to me. I was like, oh, well, I've got the speed to, I was like, that's basically a final. So I've got the speed to do it. So then to have that speed and then get those results, it's a little bit sort of annoying, but, still the best ride I've done. So.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, and there was a few takeaways for you in that, we're going to say you bet Brad. That's cheating, beating you on the line by 200 seconds in my book. So we'll say you beat him. And that's pretty good. I mean, we've watched Brad cut so many laps, and he's got a lot of experience under that helmet, and it's a hard guy to beat. So that's a massive takeaway.
Definitely as a whole, it's
After pumping your tyres up a bit there, we'll move on to the Pro 250, and and I just flicked too much, and I've got rid of it.
I think you did. Didn't you already do the Pro 250s?
Did I?
Yeah, I think you said Robbie got third.
No, Robbie. I can give you the
Robbie won it.
Sorry, Robbie won. Yeah.
Harry Wright was third.
Harry Wright was third.
Yeah.
Riley Plum was second, and Robbie Rortman was first. No, I think Brendan just said that was one of the highlights for him for the weekend, was seeing Robbie take that wind. And actually, so looking at that podium, 2 of the 3 riders have stepped up from juniors last year, I think. Harry was a junior last year, wasn't he? And I think Riley was a
Yes.
junior last year. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's their first senior years, or it might be Riley's second, like half, well, one and a
Might be
half.
second, but yeah,
Yeah,
it'd be
but
close.
they're pretty new to seniors. So, and yeah, Robbie, I think how long's Robbie been racing? A year, maybe?
Yeah, I think he might have started at the start of the year or the end of last year or something.
Yeah, yeah. So pretty new. So yeah, some of the new and up and coming talent. And I'm not sure how many. I haven't got my laps open, but I'm not sure how many were in that class. Was that quite stacked, the 250?
I reckon. Oh man, I can't remember actually. There was obviously heat. There was more in that than the 450 because the Repicharge had more than 3 riders in it.
All right.
So yeah, Pro 250 Repicharge had. Never mind. Pro 250 Repicharge did have 3 riders in it. So they had 13.
So it's
Yeah, okay.
that's 13 as well, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And was that under motor or motocross? The titles.
I can't remember.
Yeah, it's under motor.
MX.
Oh yeah,
MX,
yeah.
sorry.
I just found it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's a bit of a shame that the numbers were down, but it sounds like the racing didn't disappoint. There's still a
No.
lot of good racing. Yeah.
So what was your excuse not to venture out to Albury, Darcy?
Oh, you wouldn't believe it. It's a doozy,
I'm sure I would.
and it's got nothing to do with tinkle or car failure, which is
Oh.
fantastic.
Oh, okay. I
Which
thought it had something to do with the shine on your head, but we'll leave
makes me happy. No, some silly bastard. So in my household, we have a family calendar that hangs in the kitchen, which is your own responsibility to fill in the times that you're not available and events and things we've got going on in life. And someone didn't do that for the Vic titles, did they? And the girls went, "Oh, we've got a free weekend. Dad's going to be at home. He can look after all the animals." So I was on animal farm duty, and Tom's frozen, so I don't think he looks that terrible normally. But maybe his internet's dropped out again. Yeah. So answering Tom's question, that was why I had to stay home and look after the. And I did actually almost have someone come in to house sit for me, but it sort of fell through. So unfortunately, I stayed home, but I got a little bit of track time on the Harley and fixed the track up from when we totally murdered it when we had a bit of practice here when it was really wet. You've ridden my track in lots of different states, haven't you, Brendan? You still with me, Brendan?
Me? Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, this time it was. Eh?
How long I'm doing these podcasts from.
Well, it's just your bad weather. Anyway, so you missed the end of my excuse, and I'm not repeating it. Yeah, but we're just talking about some of the things we did. I fixed up the track from after when Robbie and Gary were out, and yeah, I was just saying to Brendan, he's ridden this track under all different kind of conditions, but I don't think he's ever ridden it quite like this. It was just like a layer of water on top, like muddy water.
Wow.
Yeah, but it was good for the trials tires because they cleared. It wasn't clogging them up. It was that wet. They were actually spitting it out. But I was on the DR and I had a dodgy old motocross tire which I rescued from my tire wall, and yeah, I actually high-sided. It's the only one to come off all day. But
I can't sound surprised. It's not a ride at Darcy's unless Darcy hits the deck.
That's true. And yeah, Zane came out and he had only brought his 19s.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, but
right.
mate, that kid, he's got balls. Yeah, he still rode pretty well actually. And I'd cut a new turn track out on the outside, which sort of runs up the back of the property and stuff. And he went to have a go on that, and and I was looking at Robbie, and Robbie went, "Oh," because he was watching him, and I said, "Oh, what?" And he said, "Oh, he just went over that jump totally sideways." Like that. And Zane came back, and then we went, "Oh, how was that?" He said, "Oh, it was fucking horrible." He said, I went to go over the jump, and the front wheel washed out. So that was him going over it was sideways as him trying to save the front wheel from totally washing out. Yeah, so he didn't do that outside track until the very end of the day when it by the end of the day, it was actually pretty good. It had dried right out, but we had a couple sinkholes in that where, water had been sitting too long and the ground was starting to give away. But it's all fixed up now. It's actually, I even fixed a few of the holes. You know how I get that dip down that back straight.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I fixed that up. It's a bit better now. But yesterday I went out on the Harley and it was dry and skatey. Then we had rain overnight. Went out today and it was pretty good. It's pretty grippy. So
Oh, okay, nice.
Victoria don't run a long track title. Is that right?
What was that?
No.
Victorian Motorcycle Victoria don't run a long track title.
No. Actually, there's
Why that?
I don't know. There's a few things we don't have like galas at the end of the year and that like New South Wales and that either.
Oh, like the Night of Nights or whatever they call them.
Yeah, and give rider
Night
of
of
the
Champions,
year and all that sort of thing.
I was actually talking to someone about that the other day because they do that for motocross down here though.
Yeah, what's the go? I'd love to see that.
Yeah,
sort of
I
stuff
don't know. That's
happening
This
for
dirt
us.
track dropping the ball. I've always thought that'd be such a cool thing.
Well,
Yeah,
with this
he's back. He's back.
with this Albury Showground running their long track event, hopefully at the start of the year, hopefully in replace of or not in replace of Bathurst, hopefully it's on and Bathurst is on. Is there any way they can run that as a Victorian long track title?
Yeah, well, that's a possibility if it's in Victoria.
Yeah,
I don't know where the
showground. Yeah,
There's
that's
Aubrey's
true.
New South
Yeah,
Wales. Yeah. Yeah, so
yeah,
those
not
people that
100%
don't know Albury Wodonga, it's right on the border. So Wodonga is actually one side of the river basically, and then Albury's the other. So Wodonga's Victoria and Albury's New South Wales. Yeah, it's taken me only about 5 years to get my head around that, but yeah, it's a I don't know why they call it Albury Wodonga. Why? It's not, or do they call it
Yeah.
Wodonga and Aubrey, the people that live there? I don't know.
yeah. Is it,
Yeah, I think the people who live there
It's
do
the other way
differentiate.
around.
Yeah, well, I know it caused a lot of problems during COVID when they had border closures.
Oh, that would have been a shit
Mm.
fight.
Yeah, because they all work. Some from Aubrey work in Wodonga, and some from Wodonga work in Aubrey.
Yeah.
And they weren't meant to be going into other states. But it was like it really literally is like a 10-15 minute drive, isn't it, Brent?
Well,
Yeah,
when they had the border closures for New South Wales and Queensland, if you live close enough to the area, you just went online and got a border pass, and you could stick it in your windscreen.
yeah, they had.
as
Yeah,
you want.
Yeah, right. Yeah, they probably
yeah, they had different rules for border towns.
Yeah, that was fucking what an absolute shit joke that was. But another thing I wanted to ask you, you Victorians, is why don't your title, podium, or winners get?
Get a medal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Right.
I thought the same thing. I think that's just that's on MV, that one.
yeah, right. Because I've as far as I know, every other state does it, and I saw when I saw the photos of Kelsey on the podium. I thought it's a nice plaque, like that plaque looked really nice. I thought, how come you don't get a sort of get the medal? Like, yeah, I thought that was
Yeah, I
was
think
different.
they should do that, but that'd obviously be on Motorcycling Victoria to supply, just like New South Wales supplies their ones and all
Yeah,
that. That'd be a question for them, I think.
They
No,
have
I
it.
can already
They have
tell
it
you answer.
past ones, haven't they, Brendan?
Not that
no,
I know of, no.
no, I
No.
was down there. I was at Albury in 2008 or 2009 for the Victorian titles, and they didn't have medals then either. It was
Yeah.
a big blue and
Mm.
silver trophy. I remember that being, yeah, no, they may have never have done that.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
there's a couple
something they
things.
definitely could.
There's a couple of things, and I wonder. Well, this is with dirt track, and yeah, these are all things I take on board for if I ever get this flat track thing running down in Victoria. Is there will definitely at the end of it be a dinner to celebrate the series, but I think with dirt track it shouldn't really be the reason why we don't have a dinner at the end of the year to all get together and celebrate everyone's hard work and put rewards out for the officials and all that as well. And,
Mm.
most developed rider for the year and all that sort of thing. I think it's a missed opportunity in growing the sport. And yeah, obviously you've got the same issue as like traveling to tracks because Victoria is a big place and, it's a long way between tracks. So, some people are going to have to travel. But if you move it around and plan enough far enough ahead, surely everyone would be happy. 1 year we have it at Albury, 1 year we have it in Mildura, 1 year, and these are the dates it's going to happen. Book your accommodation. Let's make a weekend of it.
Did you
Whether
guys
you
have
have it,
really got the 3 tracks there, don't you?
say that again.
You've only really got the 3 tracks there, don't you? Broadford, Albury, and Mildura.
No, so we've got more coming online now. So Myrtleford's almost back. They're
Yep.
building it up. And Andera are sort of there in the
Are
background.
they more speedway or?
So they're both speedway tracks, which obviously invite dirt track and flat track.
Yep.
Andera, I'm not quite sure what's going on with them with licensing and everything, but they did grade their dirt track. They've got quite an awesome dirt track there, and they're grading that and trying to get that ready. So I'm not sure where they're at. I haven't spoke to Robbie for a while, but I know they had a practice day and they had quite a few dirt trackers there not too long ago. So you got to I keep missing them. So they must be advertising on their Facebook page. So keep an eye on that. But I love that speedway track. It's really tight and technical, and it's a great spectators track.
Yeah, right.
So it would be great to see some stuff happen there. Whether I'd say probably at the moment it would be more flat track suitable because doing like a short track event.
Yeah.
And you can run under lights. So we've got Andera, Myrtleford, Broadford, Albury, and there's a speedway. So you've got Mildura Speedway Club, Olympic Park.
Right. Yep.
And then you've got Mildura Dirt Track, which is what's it bloody called, Brendan? The
Olympic Park, the Speedway.
No, not Olympic Park.
Oh, Jamboree Park or something.
Jamboree Park, that's it. Yeah, I thought it started with a K, but yeah, J's pretty close to K, so we'll go with that. Jamboree Park. Yeah, so there is quite a few tracks around, and we've got so many car tracks. Actually, I think it was Way Carter was saying that I'd have to ring MA and find out how much it is to hire that fence, but the air fence isn't that bad to hire apparently. So I wonder if that would get us on some car tracks.
Yeah, that'd be all right. That'd be perfect for me.
Yeah, I've always sort of believed some different surfaces would be good down here because most of those are all cushion tracked. Various style of cushion track, I suppose you would explain it as, like Andera's. Would you say it's abrasive? I would say it's quite abrasive. It's quite hard on your steel shoe.
Yeah.
And it's not really deep.
Rocky sort of,
yeah, it's not really deep. Broadford can be quite deep if it's dirt track prepped. The speedway track, when it's speedway track prepped, it's lovely. And the same with Wodonga, Albury Wodonga, their speedway track is awesome too. So is their dirt track, and same with Broadford. Dirt track's awesome. They can be quite different style of tracks depending on what's racing there at the time.
Yeah, I really like Broadford.
And Mildura, you won't hear anyone say a bad word about Jamboree Park. That's pretty cool surface.
Gary.
Oh, Gary doesn't like it.
No.
That's right.
It's actually one of the tracks I think Robbie struggled at too. But I thought it was more the shape rather than the surface. Yeah. And that was the long track there. Yeah. He hasn't done the dirt track. I think you'd like the dirt track. The long track, I actually love the long track there because it's a paper clip. It's not like a horse track with big sweeping turns. It's fast, long straights, and then you sort of got to really push it in there for the corners. I'm trying to say 2 words at once.
The torners.
The torners. So any other questions about Victoria? We don't eat that much nachos and salsa like you think we do.
No Arribas, nothing like that. No.
No what? Emails? Ebas?
Arriba.
Arriba.
No, just curious. Like I wouldn't It's yeah. I'm kind of happy where I'm at the moment now because I'm very central to a lot of dirt tracks and whatnot. But yeah, I wouldn't mind getting down to Victoria and doing a bit more there too. It's just with everything that's going on, AFTN and Aussie Dirt Track, it's that packed. It's that wild. It's yeah. What else do you do? Especially with all the shit that I've got going on with work too. So it's always flat out. But yeah, you're gonna head up to Townsville, Clava. Is the Clava crew gonna stick their boys and on a bus and send it to Townsville? What are you boys? What's the plans?
For the Australian dirt track championships.
Ah, the long track, yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Come on. Come on. Surely you can shake your pennies out of your wallet and
Have they got a 19s class? That might sway me a bit.
well
And
mate,
a twins class.
if they get enough numbers and they get enough interest in it, I don't see why they wouldn't.
Oh,
I
that's what we were going to ask Brendan while we've got him here. Is Townsville a separate track from Ayr? I think it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't realise Townsville's further away from Ayr than I thought.
Yeah, you're right, Tom. Yeah, you've been up there, haven't you, Brendan?
Yeah, not to race, but yeah.
You went for James and Claire's wedding, didn't you? Up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, and did you see that Claire Day got second in the Aussies?
Yes, yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah, and I was saying to Tom that I think the Aussies were at Ayr, but yeah, I'm obviously wrong. Yeah, Townsville's a different track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still a bloody long way away.
I'm going to go. I've got to have some dinner.
Oh, look at them bloody copping out. First he forgets about the pod, Tom. Now he's making excuses.
Yeah, he got on at 8. He got on the pod at 8:02. Now it's 9:02. His time is up.
1 hour. 1 hour. He
Hang
goes,
on.
I'm not paid enough for this shit, he goes.
Yeah, it's just an overtime.
What's for dinner?
Chicken fried rice.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, nice. All right, well, enjoy that, and yeah, we'll talk to you soon. Thanks for the recap.
Yeah, thanks for coming on.
No worries. I'll talk to you later.
All right, catch you.
All right, see ya.
Oh, that was good. Good insight.
Yeah, well, now the riffraff's gone, we can talk more shit about him. Yeah. Yeah. He's got a short attention span when it comes to me. I piss him off too much, so he doesn't last long, I think.
Yeah, he's probably already packed in. He's probably like, screw this bastard, I want to go to bed.
Yeah. Actually, I'm not lying. I was surprised how good his phone service was. It did start playing up a bit, but normally, so I'm not far up the road from him, and normally if you're going into Melbourne from our way, we'll go over it's Mount Egerton where he is. Well, now I've just told everyone. I won't tell them your address, Brendan, but yeah, Mount Egerton, and yeah, you get within like a K and you start losing reception. And like it'll be cold here, but I'll go up there and it's snowing. And then you go over the other side and it's fine again. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, one of those funny little black spots. So yeah, I'm surprised that he had phone service. That's pretty good. So that's a pretty good pod, mate. I think we've gone for 2 hours and 4 minutes or so, something like that. I'm not sure of the exact start time. Can I see those details? I don't think so.
Yeah.
Anyway,
duration and all that shit for sure.
You would think you would, but it doesn't. There's nothing coming up on my main bar.
No. So the next event coming up though that we're all itching to get to is round 3 and 4 of the AFTN at Appin.
It certainly is, and we didn't actually get to talk to Brendan about that, but he's unfortunately not making that one either. So, he's going to be a bit quiet in the AFT and stuff. He said that he will be at the last 2 rounds though. So, yeah, that's a shame, but he's doing it for the right reasons. So,
you guys camping again?
Yeah, I will be.
Bike minding or whatever it is.
Bike minding. Yep.
Security.
Yep. Yeah, I'll be security, so I have a big flashlight ready to bang you over the head if you're doing the wrong thing. And because they don't give me real weapons, so I have to make do with what I can use. But I'm looking forward to it. So it'll just be me driving up. I might have Zane Kinner in the car at some time. I've got to ring Gary, and that Gary's bringing Zane's bike up in there. Nice big flash Fandangle trailer that the Harley was in for Brizzy.
What about Dan and Adrian?
Yeah, so they'll be coming up too with their own car and bike trailer.
Yeah.
And I'll probably use. You're still good looking, mate. Stop checking yourself out.
Oh no, I get a flap on me hat, mate. I'm from the north.
I'll probably borrow Brendan's trailer and bring my bike up in that. I think.
Well, you can bring it up in Tinkle or Twinkle or.
Yeah. Tinkle's bringing it up. Don't you worry. You get to meet Tinkle.
Oh yeah, I can't wait.
That'll be on the podcast page for sure. A photo of Tom and Tinkle. Yeah, she's going good. She's a cracker. So I towed my camper with her a couple of weekends ago. That was good for a
Yeah,
one
nice.
nighter. Actually, grand final weekend that was really good.
Mm.
Towing Harley back and forth to Classic Wheels and Spokes a couple of times. We're making the frame for the seatboard. It's like it feels like that's taking fucking forever, that thing. But anyway, we'll get there.
Yeah,
It looks
100%, yeah.
good. We'll get there.
So the
And,
Harley's all ready to go. The rider's all ready to go.
yeah, feeling pretty confident, feeling good. Want to make up some points at this round. So
Yeah, well, you're at a track. You've got a couple of laps.
I've had a couple laps on this one, so that's good. It doesn't really mean anything. It's more about I think it's a mental game on my side a little bit more than anything else. Being totally transparent. As you get older, you do get a little bit more precious and maybe not send it as much as you would have when you were younger. So I actually, when was it? Saturday morning, went for a mountain bike ride, and it's actually Strava gets it a bit wrong. It says it's 21.2 k's or something, but it's actually 23. And I went the whole day before I was going because I've been feeling a bit shit with a couple health issues and just going. I just want to smash the fuck out of this ride. I just want to ride as hard as I can, and I'm not going to stop. And the two guys I go with, like they would waste me. They're older than me, but they would waste me. They ride every day,
Yeah,
they'd waste me. Yeah, either if I tried to outrun them, no way. But I just I went continuous there's a loop that you can avoid, but I did that as well. And just continuous. And I did it in an hour 30. So it wasn't too bad. That was 23 Ks non-stop. And it's got some gnarly hill climbs and stuff in it. So but they would stop. We normally rested a couple of markers along the way, and they were in front of me, and they stop, and I go, right, we're doing this bit, and just keep riding it. I could hear them talking behind me, like, what's fucking wrong with him? Why is he not?
What did he have for breakfast?
Then they pass me again, and then they go to stop at the next one. I go, come on, guys, keep going. And then by the third one, he wouldn't stop anymore. He just kept going. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
But no, it was good. So I was pretty happy with that. And that gave me a lot of confidence when I hopped on the Harley. I think it's more mental than anything else. I've just got to go, come on, we're going and bloody do it.
You just got to get on that bike as much as you possibly can and do things you wouldn't normally do and try and work out what it's going to do, what it's not going to do. And yeah, just like you said, confidence, man. I think it's with a lot of things. It's just the more you're on it, the better you'll be.
That's it. Yeah.
Simple. Yeah.
And
but,
I've got
I'm looking forward to seeing the Clava crew back there again. I'll be repping it with my Clava / Davey / Girdler / whoever else shirt that I've got on. So
yeah, and I actually haven't spoken to the man you saw going around the pen, so I don't know if he's rocking up or not. I hope he bloody does this time.
I did. I stuck my finger in his ear and I said, "Oi, what's the go?" And he says, "I'm entered. I've got my wheels on. I've got my tires on. He's got his suit on. Probably still got it on. But yeah, he's going to be there. He says he's going to be there, and he only lives down the road, so I'll go down to his house and smack him in the butt if he doesn't show up. So yes, there's either going to be a happy Goffy or an unhappy Goffy by the end of the weekend.
Yeah. No bloody excuses this time, Goffy. Well, he was there last time, but it just rained.
Yeah, well, that's right. Yeah. No, it shouldn't be. Hopefully there's no doubt he's going to be there because, I really like watching him ride as much as he's a good mate of mine.
Yeah, so that's awesome. So hopefully Goff will be there. Rotmans or Rortmans, however you say their surname, will be up there with us, having another crack. Leonetti,
I
Who
actually,
else have we got?
I heard from a little birdie that
Can
someone may be coming down from far north Queensland. I think Caden Downing's throwing a set of 19s on and doing that
all
as
right,
well. So if that's the case, we're going to have the current
a bit
2024
of a rematch.
Pro 450 champion there. Maybe
They could
coming down to stick his elbows out a bit and ruffle a couple of feathers and yeah,
push
if
someone
those
out to the
rumors,
cones, you reckon, or
oh,
push
mate,
them
he's
over
gonna
the white line?
there'll be some witches' hats flying. There'll be shit flying. It's gonna be all flying. So yes,
I also
get down there.
something that I didn't mention when we were doing the Vic recap was that Taylor Street wasn't in the Vic titles in
Who
the
is that?
women's
Sorry.
class. Taylor Street wasn't at the Vic titles
Mm-hmm.
in Albury, which was interesting. And I did see a video of her on the 19s at Appin. So
Yes.
yeah, it will be interesting to see if she makes it to Appin for these rounds or if she's entered. I don't get any little sneaks behind the curtain to see who's entered or anything through Dave. I don't know them that well. So yeah, I don't know what the riders list is. I have to wait like everyone else until they release it. But that
When
could
do
be
they normally do
interesting.
that? Is it a week before the event?
It's about a week. Sometimes it was Brisbane a little bit late. It was when we were driving up, but I lose a couple of days, so it might have been. Yeah,
Where
it might have been a few days
when do
before.
entries close? Is it
So
last?
I saw today October. Let me see if I can quickly bring it
I,
up.
I thought I saw 13th, but I might be wrong.
There was a new post today saying late entries.
Oh, that's right. They do. Yeah. Yep. So maybe next weekend.
Some big names to set up over the race weekend. Jared Brook, MacArthur, late entries, closing date. What's a bit sucky? October the 20th,
Right. So next Sunday.
next Sunday. Oh,
Yep.
gee, look at you,
So,
Brady
so
boy.
as Jack Miller crosses the finish line at Phillip Island in first place, we'll know who hopefully whose racing happened. Hopefully it's him. That'd be sick. But yeah, I don't think so.
Probably not that one. You never know. He might come to Gunnedah. But
I actually saw a post of a rider with a name rhyming with Casey Stoner sitting on a bike with a set of 19s on. So I don't know if he's just dabbling in the concept of it, or he may be thinking this might be something that he might be able to come out and do, considering he was such a successful dirt tracker in his younger years before he went to road racing. So
yeah, well, that'd be absolutely huge, and if he did do something like that, I know Jace and Casey, or so Jace from Gypsy Tales and Casey were talking about dirt track and setting him up a bike on one of those podcasts that he did with Casey. So you never know. Maybe that's the way they decided to go, and he'll come and have a squirt. I would, to be honest, I'd be very surprised if that was the way that he decided to do, but it would be great too. Would be, yeah, very
here
welcome to come in and play.
it's got here on his official _CF or CS, sorry, 27 Instagram page. Is dusting off the cobwebs, first time on dirt track bike in 20 years. And by the looks of it, he's on a 2-stroke beater with a set of 19s on there. So
Right.
that was the post that I saw. And
Yeah.
the rider that is sitting on the bike may or may not be him, but he definitely has a Stoner and number 27 on his back. But mate, if that's the case, that would be unreal. Like you said,
Would be unreal.
It'd be huge for the series. It'd be huge for the sport, and hopefully that influences a lot of other riders to come on board. Like it's great to see Cameron Dunker being such a main focus road racing, coming out and doing AFTN all that as well on the Yamaha backed bike. So
Yeah, well, Jack Mahaffey's getting involved as well. I'm not
Yeah.
sure if he's making it to Appin or Gunnedah. He's actually, so if you're not familiar with Jack, he's actually racing the Australian Superbike Series at the moment. I think he got a win a weekend or so ago. So yeah, it will be interesting to see. He's been contacting me a bit and bought a rear wheel. He already had a front one, so He's pretty
nice.
keen to get into it a bit more, but obviously he's got commitments with the road circuit as well. So if there's date clashes, I'm not sure. I don't really follow the road stuff, but yeah, so that's another road racer. He's raced overseas as well, similar to the Matt Davies story, going over there and trying to make something of it.
Mm.
Yeah, so I think it's only building and building, isn't it? And getting obviously Maxwell on well, it might have been on his tank slapping podcast from memory, was talking about coming home to race the Brisbane Cup. So if he's home for that, hopefully he'll do a couple rounds of AFTN as well.
Oh, 100%.
Um,
That'd be
so
fantastic.
this whole international thing of jumping around between you when you pay career sort of thing and coming and racing another high profile event. I mean, that's what the sort of higher profile or setting the event up the way it appears to be. That's what it does. It attracts these top tier riders
Mm.
to come and have a go. They want to, no offense to the hard work put into a club day, but they're a club day. There's a difference, So these riders, they want to do the top level events,
Oh,
and it
exactly.
also
Club days are fantastic because you still need um, places where you can still go and race and ride and have
yeah.
a racing atmosphere and things
Well,
like
you
to work
need
on themselves to get to that.
something for our riders to aim for, and
Yeah,
then something to draw big names in to help build it as well. So
of course. Yeah.
and I think that's definitely what the AF10 is becoming. And I mean, we've got so many podcasts now with other riders, fast riders that are in the top 10 of the AFTN that all believe strongly in it and think it's the right way to go. And of course, these are all guys that could be competitive overseas in flat track racing, and for one reason or another can't quite afford to get over there or whatever. But it gives them a playing ground that's a little bit more than just a one meeting Aussie title,
Yeah.
and changes the game. And I dare say keeping them in the sport,
Yep.
because they get bored. And yes, you can get bored of a series too, but hopefully we've got quite a few years of evolving yet to go, and that's going to keep it interesting. So I'm
Oh,
really looking,
it'd be forever evolving
yeah.
with more tracks, more clubs taking on the
Well,
19 class as
ju-
well.
just imagine one of the AFTN rounds becoming a World FM round as well.
FIM round.
FIM, I knew I was missing a letter.
Yeah.
FIM round as well.
Yeah, well,
Um,
I think at
you
the
know,
moment with the rounds they have now that it's all in Europe, so it's all on one bit of land, you could so to speak,
yeah,
get
yeah,
to. But yeah, I dare say the Americans would love if a round was over there, and
yeah.
hopefully now that that Sammy's gone over there and been as successful as he has, he can sort of say to him like, well, you know what I mean, you might get a few more American riders doing the whole series. You know what I mean? Like I know Corey Texter was talking about it, but the commitment side of things was a little bit too much for him, having a small family and all his businesses too. So, yeah, hopefully that's another stepping stone for the FIM to get to America. And if they can get to America and do maybe one or two rounds, well, why can't they come here and do the same thing as well? Like,
Biggest,
I hope Jared Book does get another opportunity to race that series because I do reckon that he is quick enough, and for him doing
yeah,
that puts Australian flat track on the map, or Australian dirt track and flat track on the map. Don't think I'm biased. I love both of them. I race both
yeah,
of
yeah.
them, but yeah, hopefully that happens, and yeah, hopefully he can sort out that funding issue and get back over there and yeah, show them what we're all made of.
Yeah, it'd be fantastic. And I think probably the biggest problem for FIM at the moment is, so Sammy Halbert's got a flat track podcast as well now, Sidetrack with Sammy Helmet, and I've been listening to that a bit. And, like he's saying the money's not there. And I guess that's probably a big factor
Yeah.
for it to start going around the world. There needs to be some sort of big money coming behind and back it. And,
Oh, you got to warrant it
yeah,
100%. Like
yeah,
Matt was saying, for the not knocking the prize money for the Australian titles, but our prize money was the same as the Pro 450 prize money, and we went through, I think 4 tyres at about 600. I believe 400 to 600 a tyre. So it was,
Yeah, right.
so like we weren't
Yeah.
there. We weren't there to win $1 million, but
Yeah.
if funding is an issue, that
But it all helps. I mean, that is what can keep riders away. It's not the only thing, but it's one of the big factors that.
it's 90% of it. I
Yeah,
guarantee it's
yeah.
90% of it. Like if
Yeah.
the Australian titles were 20 minutes from everyone's house, everyone would go to it. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, and could be 30 hours away or 60-hour round trip, and people just can't take 5 days off work, 4 days off work to go and do that. Like, yeah, it is hard. It is definitely hard, but yeah, hopefully it all gets structured the right way, so yeah, it can maximise the entrance and get the numbers in there to make it for what we want it to be.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was actually thinking along that note, how do you, because you keep hearing this old line, no one's got money and all this shit. And well, of course, there's people out there that have got money, but there's a lot of people that have got too much debt and these interests, the inflation, sorry, not interest rate, has hurt them, I suppose. But yeah, I was sort of thinking, well, what could a racer do? And looking around and seeing these guys wanting to go and race across the ditch, and guys from there wanting to come and race here. What's the number one problem? Well, it's getting your bike across and the financial burden of getting your bike across. So why not? Why not rent your bike out? Or if you've got a spare bike, rent it out, have a clause so you don't lose money on it from repairs or whatever. And, that could be a way of paying for an event that you want to go to. Or, if you do that a few times a year and, you might rent your bike out, you might also rent your room out and offer to drive that person around for $1,000. I don't know,
Yeah,
the whole
definitely.
package, feed them, take them to the track, pick them up and drop them off to the airport. $1,000. I'm pulling that out of my ass. I don't know.
But some
You
sort of
might work out it's going to cost
be able to
more or
cover
less
it
than
all.
that.
Yeah.
But that's
I'd like to think that no one would want to take an advantage from that, and as Aussies would say, a piss take from that. To you know what I mean? As you were saying, like you'd go,
don't rip a person
yeah,
off. Yeah,
yeah. How much does it cost to sort of service the bike? How much will it cost to go pick them up from the airport, come back, accommodation? You know what I mean? Like you'd like to think they do the right thing by you. If it's something that doesn't cost you anything to help them do it, don't charge them for it. Like that's
yeah.
But if it's going to cost you, like I'm an hour and a half from Sydney Airport, so it's a 3-hour drive plus about $70 worth of tolls. You sort of got to factor that in as well, and where the racing's at. If it's not at Appin, if it's at Gunnedah, it's still a 5.5-hour drive to Gunnedah. So yeah, and I'm lucky enough.
So
I've got someone's house I can stay at, and if I had a rider with me, well, then I'd be. Obviously, you wouldn't be charging them accommodation because if it didn't cost you nothing, but yeah,
no, that's right.
Got to make it. You got to make it. Yeah, it's got to warrant doing that for sure. But hopefully, that will encourage a couple of your fellow Kiwis to come over and be a part of it. And I'd like to think that AFTN wouldn't charge them entry fees. Would say, look, you've spent the thousands of dollars coming over here to be a part of the event, which only makes the event better. Having international riders, I'd like to think Dave would go, well, we'll waive your entry fee. But like that's his business or that's their business of whatever.
Yeah.
Else. It's sort of just a suggestion.
Well, see, the Bert Munro did that for me. Like when I went the 3 times, I'd never paid an entry fee.
Oh, but you're a Kiwi though. I would have charged you double, you bastard.
But I did pay for my international race license and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Which I probably didn't have to now looking back on it, but I'm glad I did because it would have got me back to Australia if I had a crash and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
All covered. So that's why I did it. But yeah, I just sort of think, it could be, without, you're not doing it to rip someone off, but it could be a way that we all scratch each other's backs and get to ride in different countries. Was that whole, renting it out or doing a package and taking someone to, but, obviously for good events, like a round of the AFTN or a Victorian title or New South Wales title or track, one of the long track events or something like that.
Yeah.
Something where it's going to be a trip that person that's coming over is going to not forget it.
Yeah, some sort of
Uh,
significance. You're not going to take them to a practice day out at Broadford. You're going to take them to a title meeting or an AFTM.
yeah,
You're right.
yeah, something like that. But yeah, I'm sort of bouncing that idea around a fair bit in my head lately, and sort of thinking, how can I do that? How can I work that out? As you know, I'm a little bit involved in the hospitality industry as far as running a B&B, and I also do something else called Australian Farm Stays, where I have they tend to be Japanese, sometimes Chinese students come over and they do a bit of work around the farm, and they get to taste my lovely cooking, and yeah, we take them on a few experiences and that sort of thing, and we get paid quite nicely for that, and I sort of tying the racing in with that sort of concept, and I think it's very doable.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, obviously be nice about it. Uh, but yeah, anyway, so we're going for a record. We haven't hit 3 hours yet, but we're getting there. My phone is on 9%, 9% battery, and the charge is at the house. So if you drop out again, that's the end of the pod because you won't be
that's
ringing.
right. So keep it sideways if you don't hear him.
So actually, on that note, it might even be for this one if I can get me shit together. I think I'm going to make a new intro. Same intro music, but just a different visual as you're coming into it. Anyway, I need to get Sky to redo the voiceover anyway. Now, Tread Design Co. is now Davies Designs, so we need to redo that anyway. So I thought we might as well give it a bit of a
cover photo. I've got one here, right there.
Oh, there you go. I'll use that. I'll take that little snippet out.
That's it. Take that screenshot.
Yeah. So I'm practicing. I'm practicing my editing skills. So I want to see if I can come up with something a little bit different. It's about time we've had a change. You've been around for a bit now with us, and
been
I don't
over
know if you probably haven't noticed, but on I probably can't remember what I put exactly. Let's see if I can get it up before my phone dies.
What's that?
Spotify. Get Spotify up before my phone dies. I'll just clarify that.
What have you done?
No. Yeah, it went over your head, so it's gone over everyone else's.
What, episodes or?
No, just on the introductory to the pod about. Oh, yeah. Can you go to the about section?
Yeah. The Claver Flat Track Pod is presented by Darcy Claver, Claver Flat Track Products founder and co-host Tom Northey. They're here to talk about motorcycle flat track racing in Australia and around the world with rider industry leaders, interviews, and general racing information. This is your one-stop shop for what's going on in the flat track world of flat track.
Yeah, never had your name in it before, mate. Now you're cemented in.
I thought it did.
No, it didn't. It's all about me.
I thought it said Dirt Track Sidecar Passenger. I thought it was
No, that's somewhere else.
that's
on Facebook.
That's on the Facebook page. Yeah, right.
That's Facebook.
Oh,
I thought that was no one commented.
You meant to write Australia's #1 co-host.
I thought that was fucking hilarious, and no one even commented on it.
I was gonna ask you one day if I can do an intro and just say, and say my name and say I've got the co-host that talks shit the most, Darcy Claver. I was gonna.
Of course you can.
I was going to throw a full one out there. I thought, no, bugger it.
We can do anything we like. That's the fantastic thing about podcasting is it's our baby. So
actually, we better wrap this podcast up because Gary will be sitting in his car going, "Well, these two bastards shut up. I've got stuff to do, and I don't want to stop the podcast early."
Another hour and 45 minutes to go, Gary.
I hope you swung by Macca's drive-through on the way there.
Oh yeah, he likes a steak and an egg. Steak and eggs and chips he likes.
Steak, eggs and chips.
Yeah. That's what he was getting at most of the restaurants we went to.
Meal of an absolute athlete. Oh yeah, no, the Claver Flat Track Pod Facebook page. is presented by Darcy Claver, Flat Track Products, and Tom Northey, a dirt track sidecar passenger. Now you have to write Australia's number one.
Yeah, I'll have to go in and edit that.
Yeah,
Okay.
dude, don't you dare forget that. Nah.
Yeah, no, I have to do that. Yeah, no. So, and I'm going to create a new T-shirt as well because not many people are buying the Claver T-shirts, which is fine. That's your prerogative. But I'm going to make a new one. I think I'm going to flog that like button on it. What do you reckon?
I reckon you should do it
Yeah.
on the back down the bottom.
Yeah, I think I will flog that like button on there.
Did you order me a couple of shirts?
No, I haven't done that yet.
Oh, mate,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I've worn the shit out of the other ones.
Yeah, my one. So before this podcast, I was telling Tom, I've got mine on, and you can't see it because I couldn't get the camera right. But there you can. But I bloody put a hole in the bottom, welding holes, I think.
I couldn't find my one, so I thought I'd wrap my my boy Reece Sandow with his Ranger Racing. So
I was wondering about Rango. I couldn't see the. Show me your other side. You have a tip. 78 cent. No, the other one.
another
Yeah.
tip. Yeah, but it's the opposite. That tip.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I couldn't see that. I could see the Ranger. I'm going, what's Ranger Racing?
I've got to hit up Reece. I've got to get another hoodie too. I've worn the shit out of this one as well. They're very comfy. Definitely.
Yeah, right. So where's he sell them? Let's give him a plug. Where's he get rid of them?
Well, I saw the boys wearing them at the New South Wales Dirt Track titles, and yeah, I hit Reece up. I said, "How do I get one of those?" And when I went to West Wyalong, he's like, "Oh, here you go." Bought one off him there. So yeah, send him a message, and he'll give him your size, and hopefully he's got a hoodie for you. Just don't get a
cool.
XL because I want that one. So piss off.
Sure, they got more than one, mate.
Yeah, well, hopefully he does have more than one. I asked Matt if he's going to make a few hoodies and all that up. He says he's got a bit on at the moment. So
Yeah, it's time consuming. Like I've been thinking about doing the flog the like button one for bloody months, and I still haven't done it.
yeah,
Keep doing podcasts instead. But
that's the problem.
priorities. It takes me at least 4 or 5 hours to get this shine.
Mate, your bowling ball shiner must be working overtime to get the gloss on that dome.
Look at it,
mate.
That's not even using a razor.
I reckon if someone slapped that, snow would fall off the Himalayan mountains. The noise would ricochet that hard.
Yeah, that's me of going, what the?
I like
my head. Oh yeah, I got to say too. I watched the Alpha Pogs Showdown, the boxing. I watched it.
Oh yeah, I was going to say you
Royale, Boxing Royale,
the podcast Royale, yeah.
Podcast Royale. That's it. Yeah. Yeah, no, I watched that. It was quite good. Yeah.
That's gold. You got to listen. Their podcast is quality. I love listening to that. The shit that they come up with, and the call is like, I'd like to have a section where people can leave us voice recordings or voice messages on email or something, and we can play them on here. Shit like that. Like ask questions.
Oh, I don't mind doing that. Yeah.
Tell us some stories or something like that. And if you've got a cracker of a yarn or a wicked story, Darcy might flick you a Claver shirt or a hat or something like that. Get more people sort of interacted in the pod. I reckon something like that'd be unreal.
Yeah, well, I was actually thinking about. I don't know what would be the prizes. Well, I mean, we've done Kelpie Block giveaways before, and then I ended up with you as my co-host. So I'm a bit scared to give shit away. What's going to happen next?
Well, you might have 8 co-hosts that says fuck.
I was actually thinking. I don't know why anyone would be interested, but it's what I've got. So I was thinking of giving the Harley number plates away at the end of the season.
Yeah.
Or something like that, and signing them. Me and you can sign them or something. I don't know if anyone be interested in something like that, but yeah, they'll never be again because they'll be made of something different, or the bike will be sold. I don't know.
No, I'm not getting into that thing.
Well, we're going to make room for the next one.
Well, not until the number 1 plate's on it. So yeah, he's coming for you, Kenny.
Like I said, at the end of the year. So anyway.
He's really coming for you now, Kenny.
I do have my red number plates and sitting downstairs. I did buy 2, and Brenda goes,
maybe,
Oh, so keep
maybe
up.
we'll sign them and give them away. At least they'll be nice and clean. No.
You got a red one as well. I mean, fucking oath, mate. I am high. I'm getting both. I'm
Hey,
getting both.
you never know what's going to happen in this game. You just keep being
You
consistent.
don't know.
Where
You
you'll
don't
be.
know. And yeah, because Kenny was going to. Well, I won't tell all his secrets, but he was going to get something off me, and he didn't. So now he's going to be ripping bolts out of his hub all the time. So yeah, easily get around him.
Wow, we got some pit crew racing now. This is going to get Kenny's going to listen to this and go, I'm going to get that bastard. But then again, you got to catch
He'll
him.
be ringing me up to sign a petition against myself.
Yeah, that's right. Protests have been it's been the forte this year. So yeah, why not?
Yeah, protesting. Well, we could go on about that for ages, couldn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think settle it in the ring, boys. Get a pair of Actually, I've got boxing gloves here. Yeah, just don't protest it. Just go in the pits after and just box it out.
Over a colour number plate. Yeah. Oh shit.
Yeah, that's not going to change. Apart from a protest against it, wouldn't have changed, giving them an advantage to win.
No, no, definitely not. And all the riders,
Crazy.
every rider that was there that weekend was riding phenomenal too. Like, yeah, the finals were unreal to watch. It was just
We've got some talent here, Tom. That's why I can't wait to see more Americans and European riders coming over. Think they're going to dish it to us. They'll get on our home ground. They're going to have a shot.
Well, they had when Troy
yeah,
Bayliss ran his classic, he had the riders had Brad Baker,
yeah, Meads and Wilds.
he had Henry Wild and Sammy and Jake Johnson and whatnot, and yeah, there was a fair few times the Americans 1, 2, and 3 to some whatnot, but it's a fair few races where they they're getting sort of pushed around a little bit. So yeah, the 100%. There's definitely talent in this country that could stick it to the rest of the world. But like you said, you go into their backyard, it's very, very, very difficult.
It's basically the same scenario from traveling from state to state, but you're doing it from country to country. It's the same. It's the same thing until you've done it your second or third time. Tom Drain's a slight exception. But he still had ups and downs, just like anyone does. Adjusting to the tracks and that. But yeah, you have to get to know those. I dare say next time I go to Brisbane, I'll do better.
Without a doubt, yeah.
I would have had a lot more seat time on the bike by then too. So,
well, that's the same when Matt and I go to different tracks that we've never raced on together, or I've never swung off a sidecar on together. To pick your timing, to figure out what you got to do. Like we went to Proserpine, did 2 laps of practice, and he goes, "What do you reckon?" I said, "Yeah, I think I got it." And we went out for the first race, and I'm like, well, fuck, I hope I got it because I need to have it. Like it was one of those things. But no, that was a track that was relatively easy to sort of know what you had to do and when you had to do it. That right-hander and the next left-hander was fairly close together, so you slowed up a fair way than you normally would do. So it wasn't so full and violent.
I'll be honest, from the video footage I saw, strange looking track. Like it's a different shape. Yeah, quite different.
It almost looked like Pac-Man.
Yeah, right.
Like the way
I get you
around like that, and then it's sort of like, or the way it comes around and sort of goes in like that again. It's pretty much the face of Pac-Man. But it was good because that right-hander. If you're good at right-handers, like you watch Jared Brook come to that right-hander, was like, holy shit, he had that thing sailing, like backed it right in. He had it screaming. But Caden was more upright and efficient to where he was going, which held him off in the final. For the most part there, but for 99% of the race there, he held him off. But it was unreal, the different lines and things like that people were taking, and you really couldn't sort of predict where you were going to be, as in visualize in your head where you wanted to be on the track. because you'd go up and you think the optimal line is just off the side, just off the outside as you're coming around that sweeper, but it wasn't. It was right on the inside. Like it was sort of midway to more there. I know Matt went out sort of wide there once, and I just heard the thing limiter bashing. And I think even Jobbo stuck his nose up the inside, and I'm like, what's going on here? And then Matt comes in and goes, I'm not doing that again, and then moved right over, and then that was it. We're back on the pace again. So
Right.
yeah, definitely going to different tracks. It sorts you out fast, and it does show home track advantage and things like that too. It's like I know that it would have been hard to sort of to keep that track maintained to be a suitable, a decent racing surface, but I guarantee the locals would have had a little bit more of an upper hand, knowing what it's like racing there in October and knowing what their track preparations are going to be like and what it's like when it's wet and what lines to use in different conditions too. So yeah, home track advantage is is definitely a big one for sure.
Part of the game, yeah, and that's why these national series that go around the country, like the American flat track, they go all over the country. That's why they're so good, because it takes a bit of that advantage away and evens it out, and adding in the TTs or a cushion track, or having, in our case over here, having a hard oil track involved, and having a looser track involved like Brisbane, and then having Appin. And then if we chuck the other two in, let's say Albury does happen and Griffith happen, that's a loose oil and a deep cushion track.
And a real deep cushion, yeah.
That's going to be fantastic
again.
Yeah. And even though quite a few New South Wales riders have ridden Albury, it's still, that's still going to throw it up there and give us Victorians a little bit more of a, some of us have ridden there probably more than the New South Wales riders, and it's going to really mix it up.
Oh, it'd be fantastic. 10 rounds. It's hard to say if you'd run more than 10 rounds. I'd love them to run every second weekend and run dirt track every other weekend, but
I think personally at the moment, I think 10 rounds is enough.
Yeah, it's perfect. It'd be perfect.
Just for a couple of years, just run 10 rounds and see how it all settles in. And the only thing I would like to see is the twins get to race more.
Yeah.
Either we get 4 races over 5 rounds, which still I don't feel is enough, but it's better than 3 races over 5 rounds.
I know. I did ask you this. Why did they cut? Why do you?
We don't know. I haven't asked the question.
Okay. I can understand why they're saying, look, we don't want you guys to do the jumps because essentially they're road bike frames. They're not designed to do jumps and things like that. But
no, it's not really the frame. I don't think that's. So I was jumping Mike today, and it's more my suspension. So my front end suspension feels pretty terrible, like when I do the jump. I'm flat, and this has been totally honest. I've done nothing to that front end suspension. It's Harley Davidson Street front end suspension you buy off the factory floor, and I probably should do something to it. And I probably will at some stage, but at the moment on the flat, it's I can adapt and work around its weaknesses. On the jump, I've got a slightly bigger jump than my TT jump on the other turn track, and I was doing the turn track on it, which is quite hairy, but it's a lot of fun. But yeah, doing the bigger jump, you can. If you can land it a certain way, it's not so bad. Like I don't know how you explain it. If you can create a soft landing, that's fine. If you really slap it down, it's fucking horrible.
Yeah,
but,
right. I'm with you.
But if you can get it to really be like a body position, I think it's front wheel hitting first.
Okay.
Rather than them jamming down at the same time, that was pretty bad. Or if I went back wheel first and then the front came down, it was pretty bad as well.
Yeah.
But if I sort of, I don't know, plush is the word I'm thinking, but it's not right. If you sort of just make it land plush, which makes no fucking sense whatsoever.
Yeah.
That feels plush, funnily enough.
That's right.
I'm using the wrong word, but it's.
So the reason they're not allowing the twins
is the frame
track is the jump. is because of the frames.
That
Yeah.
was what I was told.
Yeah,
when
that's what I heard as well. So
when I asked why can't we run the TT?
well,
Yeah.
if that's the case, can you still run the oval track as they do on the Saturday for the Twins on the Sunday?
Look, I've actually thought about that too, and I sort of all you're doing is moving some cones.
Well,
I
Appen,
don't.
Appen,
Yeah,
there's no issues. Brisbane, there's no issues. Not sure about Gunnedah, considering that the oval track
go
goes
through the middle of it.
across of the TT track there, but it's a hard oil base, so you wouldn't really get.
Well, see, even at
anything like that?
the other two, you're going to get the track's going to get ripped up. Let's say from people turning hard into the TT corner.
Yeah,
But I mean, if you ride out a bit wider, you'd probably avoid all that anyway. But I sort of feel that we can still do the TT. Like I
Yeah.
was so I had a couple jumps today where I went, yeah, that feels terrible. So I started practicing like scrubbing the jump, so pushing the front brake hard as I'm going up the ramp of the jump, and yeah, it takes the jump right out of the bike, so the bike
Yeah.
doesn't get any air. You just slide over it, then you wrap it on when you're coming down the down ramp, and off you go.
Yeah.
So yeah, to guarantee every rider will do that, though, you can't. So yeah,
No,
I don't
definitely.
know.
But yeah, but I
That-
was meaning is, and if they want more Twins riders to show up, like no matter which track you go to, you've got to travel. So would it be better to say, oh, okay, we'll have the Twins on both days, and we'll just run the Twins on the oval track as they did on the Saturday?
Yeah.
To- just to entice more, like it's
yeah.
no one's
Yeah,
gonna
or more
do
more
Twins
track
for-
time.
for what is it, 9 races in a season?
Yeah, more track time's definitely
Yeah.
a lot more appealing. Yeah.
So yeah,
And if you could
just
do
a
that,
thought, just an idea.
like I said, I would be happy to. If they said, "Oh, you guys can run the TT at Appen," I'm in. I'll do
Yeah.
it. I'll try to jump first. If it's too rough for the bike, then I'll scrub it and just skid over the top of it and carry on.
Well, I think you
If
can.
it, you know,
I think you can happen because the run into the first jump is really short. So
Yeah.
not a hell of a lot of riders even on dirt track bikes were
450s.
launching like they
No.
weren't. But then again, there was his photos of Tom Herrick at Gunnedah about to jump into the pits, but
Yeah.
you can sort of roll off and roll the jump, so to speak. It's just it's a speed hump. Like
Yeah.
it can be done, but I just hopefully that.
So I do wonder too. The other thing, the no front brake thing. Well, I'll for the TT. Well, I'll tell you, I didn't use my. I've got a front brake on at the moment because I put it on because I was going to be running the dirt track day, and you've got to have two brakes.
Yeah.
Front and rear. So I put it back on. I haven't used it once at home.
Yeah,
I was doing jumps. I was doing the turn track. I was deliberately not using it, and was I faster, slower? Well, I was probably am a bit slower, but yeah, you can. Yeah, it's all down to the rider, and
Yeah.
and yeah, being over the nut of that, and yeah, I think it's doable. But even with my shocks and everything, yeah.
I just don't want that to deter people from building a Twins bike and running, like entering the.
Yeah, coming and having fun.
Because
And
it's,
I
it's
don't.
an Australian Championship, just like the 450.
What's going on? At Nepean they had a bike thing, and there seemed to be heaps of twins there in the photos I was looking at. They looked like Triumphs, and I don't know if they were twins or big singles or what. But
Last weekend,
I'm not sure when the photos were from.
Central Coast had a Sunday slide, which is more, I think it's more classic bikes.
Oh yeah,
I know Kenny.
yeah, that might have been the one that was it.
Yeah, no, I didn't see a hell of a lot of photos. I saw the photo Kenny put up. He rode his old CR125 out there, but I'm pretty sure that was just like a RPA. I think they called it Sunday Slide, which is good. And again, talking about Central Coast Junior Motorcycle Club, hats off to putting your hand up to run the Australian Junior Dirt Track titles. What was it? Mildura Mildura that struggled to get the numbers for their. Hats off to you guys for
Yeah.
pulling up and running the event. To hopefully you have more success with getting with getting entries there. I do believe that's the end of November.
Yeah, I was
as
going to
far as
ask you, do you know the dates?
yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the end of November. I'll just quickly jump on their Facebook page and confirm if it pops up. Yep, here we are. 30th of November and the 1st of December is the 2024 Australian Junior Dirt Track Championships at I think it's called Allen Park. I'm pretty sure the raceway is called, but it's Central Coast Junior Motorcycle Club in Summersby. So yeah, all you juniors, get your entries in for that one. I haven't been to Summersby in probably shit. I think I cartwheeled my bike there in about 2010, so I haven't been back there for 14 years. And
Oh, all right.
yeah, I kind of feel bad because I wouldn't mind getting out there again and having another skid because yeah, Dave and Pete Smith do a rider development I think it's like a rider development coaching days out there. So I wouldn't mind getting out and having a skid, but I think I actually might be free that weekend, so I might take the hour trip up the road and yeah, see if I can try and support the club a little bit and help out as much as I possibly can.
Get some coaching.
Well, no, go out there and support the title, support the. I'll show everyone up there what the number one medal looks like. No,
Oh, I thought you were going to get the juniors to give you some coaching.
oh mate, I'll have to get the 50cc riders to do it because all the other ones will blow me out of the water. Yeah, I might just.
That's the point I'm trying to get.
I'll just tell them how good I
Jesus
was.
Christ.
I'll just tell them how good I was, so then that I don't have to get shown up.
Oh, awesome! All right, mate. Well, we better wrap this one up. It's been a ripper.
Yeah,
It's good to see you, and you're off to MotoGP this weekend, I believe.
yeah. We'll be leaving Wednesday night. I dare say head straight down there and get everything sorted out. That should be a great weekend. Weather's looking absolutely shit house for Friday and Saturday, but
Yeah, it's meant to be shit all week.
yeah, apparently Sunday's looking pretty good. So yeah, I'm happy I've got the van that's all airtight, watertight and enclosed, so I don't wake up in a puddle of water or like last time, half the tents thrown
Unless
around.
you've had too many bundies.
Oh, mate, I tell you what, it's yeah, I've definitely got to get in there and stock myself up. If I might be wet, but I'll be freaking warm. That'd be for sure.
It'll be a puddle of bundy, not water. So who's your pick for Sunday? Taking it out.
It's yeah. I'd say I'd like to see Jorge Martin win. I'd like to see him win the title and take that number one plate to Aprilia. But it's hard to say. Marquez is super fast there, and so is Bagnaia. So it's yeah, it's. I hope Thriller Miller gets on the box or did what he did a couple of years ago and get out in front for 4 or 5 laps and absolutely wring their neck off that Ducati. But yeah, I'd like to see. Yeah, I reckon it'd be a Martin Bagnaia Marquez podium.
Yeah, right. Yeah, nice. All right. Well, enjoy your big weekend. This weekend, I'm smooching the missus this weekend. So yes, I know. Don't
Just went from PG to R-rated, people. It's the time to switch it off.
Well, some of you would know or remember that I mentioned it's actually my wedding anniversary for rounds 3 and 4 of Appen or AFTN. So yeah, I'm taking my wife away this weekend, coming up instead.
You should take her on a nice cruisy drive towards San Remo and go over the bridge into Cows and pop into a certain famous race.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that would go down real well.
And I'll hear you smack you from all the way from the pits.
Yeah, she's imagining the sound of bubbles and hot pools, not the sound of GP motorcycles.
Ducatis and Yamahas, yeah.
And she would know as soon as I went right instead of left, she'd say, "We're not going to Phillip Island."
But Tom's there. He gets to go.
Tom told me you like it.
So what have you got planned? Have you got a little getaway to?
Yeah, we've got a little getaway, a little place in Hepburn Springs, which is by Dalesford. There's some mineral springs there, and just gonna spend the
sounds right.
afternoon soaking and getting all wrinkly like a prune, and then I don't know, have some dinner or something, and probably crash by 5:30.
Did you say smoking?
So
Oh, soaking. I thought, oh, you're going to get a little bit Snoop Dogg there, are you?
I haven't been a little bit Snoop Dogg for many years. I have had a few offers lately. It's been a bit weird. I don't know what's going on. Maybe
Jesus Christ.
I look too relaxed at the moment or
It
something.
must be
But-
silly season in Mexico.
Yeah, well, wrong month. But no, yeah, I was going to say it would be the end of growing season, but that's not right.
Hey,
Everyone grows in their fridge these days anyway.
yeah, right.
Yeah, no, none of that hanky panky. Just some. Well, she'll be drinking bubbles. I'll be drinking mineral water.
Mineral
And
water.
or they have natural springs that you can get smelly water out of, and if you can put a peg on your nose and scull it, you'll feel really good the next day.
Yeah, right. Okay, yeah. Is
Pretty
it hot springs and all that, or just natural springs?
natural springs. There is hot baths, so I don't know if they're natural or if they're man-made. Oh,
Yeah, right.
I've actually never been to this one.
Yeah.
But all in that area. So I've done a fair bit of mountain biking around there. There's actually places. There's one called Vaughan Springs, getting closer to Castlemaine. Castlemaine.
Yes, mate.
That's for you, Rod. I'd call it Castlemaine, but yeah, Castlemaine. Where you can actually pump the water straight out of the ground into your bottles. When we were there was this guy, no shit, pulled up with his ute, and you know those the blue water bottles for the drink fountains.
Oh, the never fail ones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he had about 40 of them on the back of his. And he comes in and starts standing, pumping the water into them. I'm thinking, bloody hell.
Yeah, and he
Gonna run
probably
it.
supplies it to the local officers around his business as never fail.
Yeah, he's probably slapping. Well, it's actually those ones are a little bit fizzy, so I don't, and they stink like rotten eggs. Smells like someone farted in a bottle, you know. So I don't think you could go selling that. I think it's some sort of weird.
My water tastes like shit.
It actually doesn't. It's sort of. Oh, it's weird. I don't know how you explain it. It's sort of fizzy,
Yeah.
eggy. Yeah,
Yeah, it's probably the bloody
the sulfur.
Yeah,
sulfur.
that's right. Yeah, I was gonna say decomposition goes on around.
Yeah, I drank a bit of it and felt pretty good the next day. Yeah, so,
Yeah, I don't doubt that for a sec. Yeah.
I don't think I'd go to the effort of grabbing 40 never fail bottles and.
Or did he look like he was 60 but look like he was 30?
Oh, he might have. He looked like he was 30. I didn't look at his see how many wrinkles he
had.
had.
Life, though, was it?
Could be. Maybe you know something I don't. But
That's
yeah.
right. Did he have a full head of hair?
He did. Yeah.
Well,
Bastard.
he might be into something.
That's one thing. That's one thing I did notice.
There's
another one.
That's it. Look at his mouth. Yeah.
Pretty interesting, that area. Old gold mining area. It's not far from here, 45 minutes from here.
Fuck, take a pan out there, see if you can get a couple of flakes.
Oh, bloody hell, mate. I can not another one. But I had a block of land in Gold Country, and everyone that came to it, there was a guy that prospected on it before I owned it. Actually, he was two owners before I owned it, and he actually made a living off it.
Yeah, right.
Everyone, you're going to dig and try to, mate, I bought it to ride fucking motorbikes, not dig holes.
Yeah, you're going to see me with a shovel unless I have to.
Yeah, my common line was, if we're going to find gold here, it's when I'm digging the foundations for the house.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm not going around with a shovel and making more holes. Like actually some of them made pretty good jumps, but most of them were freaking dangerous. Like they were, yeah, especially at night time when you were pissed. I drank a lot then when I was when we used to go up there on holidays, and yeah, it was pretty dangerous.
Oh, that's great.
Don't drink around mine shafts, kids.
It's
not good practice.
No.
Yeah, right. So, well, all right, for the boys in the mines, that's a 3-hour pod there, right there for you guys.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoyed it. Look out for our new intro. If you listen to the pod, you might pay to go and and have a look on YouTube and let us know what you think if I do a good job of it. I actually don't even know what I'm going to do yet, but hopefully it's going to be an improvement on what happens now. And yeah, give us some feedback, like Tom said. Happy for you to throw us a voice recording of a funny story, or most modern gadgets called phones have a voice recorder on them. Record something on that and send it to me on Messenger, and we'll play it on the podcast. Prefer it to be racing related. Someone jammed their fingers in their drive shaft or something. I don't know. Some funny story that along the racing lines would be good. Doesn't have to be directly racing. Can be anything about bikes, women, family, friends, whatever.
Anything funny. Send the
throw it to us. Yeah, throw it to us because we know everyone's got a bit of a funny bone. Tom did those little behind the camera talks, and people seem to lap that up. So,
if you give me the camera at app, and I've got a couple more for you too.
Have you?
Yeah, don't you worry.
Yeah. So throw us some voice recordings. I think that could be a good little segment. We'll have to come up with a title for that.
Yeah, we'll think of something. Actually,
WTF.
There you go. There's another little thing that everyone can do. Chuck us a little what we can call the segment.
Yeah, chuck us what we can call the segment. Maybe I've got a hat coming. Maybe I can throw that in as the prize or something. Clava Flat Track Pod hat. It's not a flexi fit like Tom's advertising there, but it is a nice trucker cap. So you can hop and tinkle up at App and you'll feel like a real trucker because it's just like hopping in some old American ute, but it's Korean.
Oh fuck! Oh, I need to go to bed. This is great.
It's like giving the guy a woman. Oh, I'm not.
I'll put my pajamas on. All right, now I'm ready for bed. All right, I'm ready for bed.
Yeah, it's like saying to you, mate, I go in that dark room. There's a lovely American chick in there. Go and have your way, and he comes out, and you go, "Oh, actually, did you enjoy that?" And, oh, yeah, fantastic. Oh, those Americans. No, it's actually Korean. That's what my ute's like.
Oh shit!
Does that make sense?
Like Gary's sitting in his car now, crying his eyes out. He'd be pissing his pants for sure.
Oh, also, did anyone notice my glasses? They're not new. They're my reading ones because I cannot use my normal ones anymore.
Why?
My eyes are just gone that bad that this is just like looking through nothing, plain glass. So now I need my reading ones, which used to be real strong. So they're my new normal.
Yeah, right.
So I need to go to an optometrist. And I better wear these glasses because I might walk into a gynecologist by mistake. Because I can't read the sign. The
twisted tales of Darcy Clava.
Yeah, she's getting loose. She's right. And that's I haven't even had a ginger beer tonight. So there you go. All right, guys. That's enough. Hoover malarkey. Well, keep it sideways until next time, Tom.
Flog that like button. Go Flat Tracker.
That's it. About time, mate.
Go Flat Tracker. Go Flat Tracker. Go, go, go.